Alright, welcome to the latest Concerts to Consoles. This week we got the maybe next year's. We got Sage, we got Ian, we have Davey. I actually got the names right this week. We're here, we're gonna play Trials Trials Evolution.
Close enough.
Yeah.
We're gonna see some ragdoll physics and some stunts and some cool effects.
The goal isn't to win the race. The goal is to do as many backflips as possible.
Yeah.
I think I'm hitting A.
So,
Oh, I see. I have to actually
you're
select
fine.
start race.
Down as many Mountain Dews as
I'm
you can.
randomizing this as we go.
I assume you brought that entire six-pack for yourself.
Let's start.
It's gamer fuel.
All right.
But yeah, let's
Should
see.
just
Where do I
be
begin?
trigger to go
Actually,
and like lean left and right.
I'll begin where I've
I think
met.
that's literally it.
Ian's the only one I think I'd met through this band. Everyone else I had seen before. God, which color am I? Oh, I'm yellow.
I'm blue. Shit! I thought I was red for so long. All right, now I'm in.
Oh,
But like Sage, I met you at the Rogue Bar watching
yes.
Dwarf.
Yeah.
Dwarf.
At the Rogue Bar.
I didn't say Dwarf. Which
I know
No,
that's the.
it's
that was
it's
the
easy
flaw,
to mix up.
The flaw in the band name for sure.
well, it gets some people excited.
Yeah.
But then they
yeah.
don't.
And then like immediately let down
Finish
by the
first.
fact that we were
Yata,
not the
let's go.
Dwarves.
Yes.
They're like,
Happened to plethora
no one's
of
wearing
times.
ski masks here.
No, we're not the Dwarves. Yeah, that
You know,
was
sold out a couple shows that one.
masquerading as
As-
dwarves.
It's like, all you have
That's
to do is trick your audience into
I've
showing up.
actually seen a
That's-
post that because of my own concert calendar, someone was like, "The Dwarves were playing fucking Time Out Lounge. How did I just
Why
find
are
out
they
about
playing
this?"
Yeah.
Find out loud.
And I'm like,
What a strange-
because
'cause
that's
it's
not
not-
them.
We'll pretend though. Oh, man, I suck at this.
You'll take
Is
every
there a
ticket.
turbo, or is it just balancing?
I think it's just balancing. I think it's literally just right
Double
trigger.
flip. Oh.
That's right. There's a trick system.
Yeah.
No. Oh. Yeah,
But
the
it's
Rogue
that
Bar
2.5D
Thanks.
situation where you can really only do flips. Like,
Yeah. I mean, this was based on a Flash game, critically.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind. This
was this Newgrounds?
I don't know. It was Congregate, it was Newgrounds, it was all the same. 2006 was a weird time for all of us, alright?
I learned everything I know about
That's
writing
when I-
music from Punk-O-Matic.
That's,
So.
that's true. We were going to say we couldn't come on unless we could somehow figure out a way to stream Punk-O-Matic.
Oh shit! I lost track of who I was.
Or
again.
critically Punk-O-Matic 2, the gem that no one
You
played
get
except
points
me
for
apparently.
doing tricks.
It
I-
looks
multiplayer?
cool. You
I-
get points
who
with
knows?
Joe.
You get points for winning, suckers.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, I'm just going now.
I just
You bypass that whole
Wow.
checkpoint. Good for you.
And Davey, I first saw you in the Darling Sounds, Grace's band.
Grace's
a
band.
much more calmer band.
I remember.
There was a lot of repressed
remarking,
anger.
Yeah, like wow, you have more energy than
Yes.
I remember.
You never broke out a blast beat in the Darling Sounds?
I fucking tried. No, that's I don't know. That seems to be a theme with bands I'm in, where I always insist we're one genre harder than we are. Like with the Sounds, I was like, but we're punk, right? And the other two would just look at me and be like, you're an idiot. And with this band, I'm like, so we're basically like thrash metal, right? And we're closing.
We're real
in,
trying.
honestly.
Wait, did I just reset? No.
There is a button to like spawn yourself at the next checkpoint, and I'm not pressing anything because I don't want to hit it.
I'm pressing things to figure out if there was a turbo.
No, there's no turbo.
Yeah,
Come on! Yeah, come on!
It's been a while since I played this.
I just keep on.
And I've heard mixed reviews about the new one.
There's a new one.
Yes, there is. Most of the complaints are actually about microtransactions.
I was going to say, I stopped playing Trials the second it started becoming like a Uplay exclusive for PC, and I was like,
Yeah.
alright, well, I do hate Ubisoft.
Yeah, the Darling Sounds, man. And I indirectly knew Grace because she was friends with my sister.
Really?
Or, probably still is friends with my
Okay.
sister.
Yeah.
Grace just got married.
Grace did
Really?
just get married.
Grace just got married.
Grace
Looks
Quest.
great.
Yeah. I mean, shout outs to Ray and that whole crew. They are some amazing people.
Or was that just
No.
more people? Was that just the band kind of settling down? Is why the band just
Yeah. Shit.
life just kind of
You know,
happened?
yeah, we did what we needed to do, and I needed to take a break. And then, I mean, do you want to hear the maybe next year's origin story? It's a lot like
Oh no,
the
that's
Jawbreaker origin
actually part
story.
of that is part of this
Oh, is it?
questioning.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, definitely. You can go into it now if you want.
Stealing all the
Tran.
thunder.
Position.
Thank you.
How did Ian become a musician? No.
Mostly by playing ambient music in my bedroom until Davey thought I could play bass for some
So,
reason.
you were a spiritual member of the Darling Sounds.
You went to
No,
Darling Sound shows.
I did go to
didn't you?
Darling Sound shows. I also
I
went
probably
to
saw
Cool
him.
shows
I
back
played
in the day.
shows with Darling Sound.
Yeah,
I was gonna say-
we met at Old Trunk Space,
Yes,
even
we
though we
did.
went to high school.
We all
We
went
did
to
go to high school
We all went to the
together.
same high
But
school,
it was-
then didn't see each other for a long time, and then
I'm
the
watching.
last time before we started the band that we were all in the same room together was at the Old Trunk
Yeah, it was
Space.
Old Trunk
Where
Space.
both of you were playing shows, and I was just there
Yes.
watching.
I think the first time I saw the Darling Sounds was at an Indy 500.
Where we opened for Kimmy Dawson. Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Were you really lucked out?
Yeah, we got the luckiest spot in the Indy 500. That was
Where,
so
where you
funny.
held a King of Dawson crowd hostage for the 5-song set?
It
part
was.
of
Yeah.
part of how I know I have connections with people is when I post a picture and then someone's like, "Hey, I'm friends with them," or "I know that person. That's this person." I'm like, "What?
And there you are.
You know my sister?"
Oh.
Or my sister
How?
knows
It's
you.
all
Yeah.
connected.
Oh yeah. It is all It's all strangely connected.
Do you want random, or do you want to somehow? I don't even know half these tracks anymore.
Go for it. Just there. Pound.
We'll just load it up with.
Start.
These are all easy and beginners. Do we?
Yeah, well, we're beginners. We need a chance to warm up before we go real hardcore.
We can go 6 heats, 42.
What?
The 6.
No bailout finish. That's for cowards.
Yeah, certainly.
Bailout.
Cowards are hit
Our
single
song.
on
Yeah.
Spotify.
Is that the hit?
I
No.
don't. I,
Wait,
No. You can't. Is there water that we can drown in so we can bring that up?
so wait, so is the origin of this band from the Trunk Space?
No, that was just the last time we were all in the same room
Yeah.
together
Yeah.
before we did a practice in Davey's bedroom.
like. Sage hit me up. This was the best moment of my life. Was I was.
Where were you?
Why are we all laughing? It's supposed to be good.
exactly. I was with my best friend in the world, Mia, who plays in a band called Smudge that I've played drums for and often still do. And we were at Form at Arco Santi. And
Oh, I won one.
Way to go.
we were watching.
I haven't even been paying attention to where I've been sitting.
We were watching Fleet Foxes, and it was the first time I saw Fleet
Oh.
Foxes.
Oh.
And I was having an emotional moment during White Winter Hymnal, as we all do.
Of course.
And then I got a text from Sage being like, "Hey, want to jam sometime?"
And the tears just started
and
flowing.
the tears started flowing. And then we met at the Cartel Coffee Shop, which I tried to
Oh,
haunt.
God.
Yeah, out of spite more than anything at this point. I can't even shit on them because when we made Darling Soundscapes, they let me sell them there.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
But I hope I don't drown.
I don't even know where I am.
I hope
Did we all just die?
No, I'm still
Yeah,
going.
yeah. No.
Shit!
Oh.
What just happened? Like that's bullshit.
No, Davey, you're still going.
Stuck in.
Kill yourself.
I know, no.
Kill yourself.
I'm not a quitter.
This is-
DNF. There you go.
This is
That's
the
what you
only
get.
ethical use of that phrase.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. The
No,
only,
no, I just
the
want
only time
kill
it can
yourself
be.
so I can move on, please.
I hate how that's how it's
That's
gonna go
really
in real
symbolic.
life.
Yeah. No, that's 5-year anniversary.
I'm haunting you until you move on. Go.
Yeah, go.
To continue on the chronology.
Oh, yeah. On
Which
this
I guess
deep lore.
I'm telling in
Oh,
full detail. Sage and I met at Cartel and just talked about bands. I think it was
Yeah,
the first
for
time
a
we really
long
ever like
time.
talked.
Yeah.
And like we really had a lot of the same like love for I don't know. We talked about NoFX a lot.
Yeah, we did talk about
which is
NoFX
kind of
a lot.
embarrassing,
Shirt
but like in a
today,
good.
I know, yeah.
Yeah. And then we went to go jam in my bedroom, and
It's like that Goldfinger song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Exactly like that.
it's that thing when you like play with a musician who you like respect, but you're like you don't want to do like you don't want to overstep anything. So it's like yes, we both can play a song.
Yeah,
Like,
so
Finally.
and then
Smoke on the water. Nailed
Here
it.
we
yeah,
go.
yeah, and
Now
then
Purple Rain.
yeah.
Purple.
That's
Right,
what created the
yes.
smoke on the water.
Yeah. Exactly.
wow, that was the most layered joke.
That really was, yeah. Oh no.
Impressive.
And then put it on the Batman soundtrack, and here we are.
You need to listen to the Hamburglers do the Batman theme, though.
Oh yeah.
It's all Robbles
I don't know. There's
singing Batman.
I do have a
theme.
weird like vinyl release I picked
Was
up
it
at one point. And I was like,
Batman
Sun Ra plays the
Yeah.
Batman theme. I'm like, what?
That record's
What
wild.
is this?
Shoutouts to Sun Ra if
Shout
you're
out to Sun
listening.
Ra.
Yeah.
Let's all fall off. Okay. Oh my god, we haven't turned down so the microphone doesn't pick it up, but the soundtrack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the soundtrack
I was
is.
like, wait, where's that screaming? It's not one of the
Oh,
studios
no.
next to it.
It's only new metal
Yeah.
all the way through.
All the way.
Put on your favorite Power Slave album and go to town if you're at home
How,
if you want the
how
real
could
experience.
I pick my favorite Power Slave?
There's so many to choose from.
Yeah.
There's
Man. Power Slave Greatest Hits is probably it for me.
there's Wrathchild and there's
And In Utero.
In Utero
No.
and there's 1999. All right, cool. All the
And Dear You.
Dear You.
Yeah, seriously. I have to say, whoa, that's a.
Wait, so Ian, were you in bands before this, or is this your?
No, this is my first like proper band.
So there was no band for me to discover you in
No.
before.
No. The only way you could discover me before is looking up drone music on Bandcamp, and I think if that's not your thing,
I know C
Respect.
Remix. Do you know that one?
Lost me there. Honestly.
No,
It's
I laughed because it was too deep of a cut for me, and it made me embarrassed.
Too deep
No,
of a cut.
it's an old. It's still ongoing. I think it's now torrent based, but it's a site set up for doing video game remixes.
Oh.
It's been going since I found the internet. Yeah, when was that?
Thinking of torrenting, Davey corrected me on something the other day that made me really question a lot of my own sanity.
Scared.
It was because I was like mentioning something.
I
Oh, you know
landed
that
on
Blink
my
182 song. You know,
head.
came in
Oh.
through the window. And you mean that lit song?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Oh yeah.
And I was like losing my mind. I'm like looking up, like, no, here's like lyrics of it saying, like, this is a Blink 182
I
song
mean-
called "Please Tell Me Why," and fucking Googled
They-
so long that night.
They
Yeah.
gained more notoriety at the same time.
True, yeah.
It's just I found out apparently someone uploaded it on LimeWire as Blink 182
Yeah.
song, and so for my entire life,
Well, like, LimeWire
You thought
taught
that was
me...
Blink 182.
yeah, for
that's-
my entire life I was lied to by the internet.
LimeWire showed me
That's-
all my
ooh.
favorite Real Big Fish songs, like Please Tell Me, or
American
My Own
Idiot.
Worst Enemy,
Yeah.
and
Yes,
probably
it's-
I mean, they
like,
actually
Pizza
cover
Day.
that.
Oh,
Pizza Day is probably the best Real Big Fish song.
Yeah.
You make me. I keep going back to video game stuff, but there's that like acoustic Legend of Zelda song,
Yes.
folky, that everyone's like, it's System of a Down. And I'm like,
What?
and then later on would find out, no, it isn't.
No.
What?
But it was always tagged as a System of a Down.
Really?
of-
That's funny.
God, what's
That's
it-
hysterical.
I want to be in a world where System of a Down creates a Legend of
It's
Zelda
a
Legend of
soundtrack.
Zelda.
I would play
It's
the
a
shit out of that.
Any day.
Yeah.
Wow, no.
It was giving credit to him whenever I found it. I was like, okay.
Really?
But yeah, the lyrics to the Legend of Zelda theme
Okay.
was credited as System of a Down when I
This is-
downloaded it.
You
Interesting.
knocked yourself off. by the way.
Oh, did
You
I?
should rejoin
Okay.
before
Thanks to the later eras of the internet and people
Yeah, of people
researching.
figuring it
I was
out.
like, this is not
This is
actually.
not a System of a Down.
Turns
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
Turns
no, it's not
out,
Serge
yeah.
Tankian.
Yeah.
Don't get us started on Death Grips. You'll hear nothing else for an hour.
Joe, what's your favorite Death
Death
Grip
Grips
song?
song. Yeah.
I don't listen to Death Grip.
Oh.
Also, I keep forgetting I'm yellow.
That's the main reason Davey and I know each other. Probably.
Yeah, we did go to a fair, like,
We've
it
been
seemed
to 3 Death Grip concerts
Yeah.
together. I'm gonna say.
So your high energy is not just in how you perform; it's in your music
Oh. Yeah.
groups.
It depends. I always say that, like, Ian has the hardest, most classic, like, metal taste of the three of us. Sage has probably the strongest, like, overall punk knowledge. And I spent a lot of
My mom is
so
so proud.
a lot of years insisting that
Your mom's
Belle and
more punk than
Sebastian
any of
and
us,
My
though.
mom is more punk than anyone I know.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was your first show that you just did?
First
Or
show
if
I
you want
went
to put it in context, is I was gonna say, first one I bought a ticket to actually involved
Oh,
Lit was
that-
on the same bill as Blink-182.
Really? Wow, shit.
The No Snow Christmas show put on by the end.
Oh no.
It was actually
Ah, suckers.
Oh man.
Got you drinking.
as a 16-year, I've probably said this
I-
a couple times. I think on video, but like, say Ferris opened it,
Oh.
and like as a 16-year-old male that has a girl going on about how it should be the year of the vagina. I was like, oh my god, I love this band.
This
Yeah.
is so cool.
Well, this is
speaks
great.
to all my
This is
interests.
great. Yeah.
Didn't they do a Come On Eileen
They
cover?
did do
They
it
did, that's
with
what-
that
Gwen
shit was
Stefani.
insane.
Was
Yeah.
that in 10 Things I Hate About You?
No,
They were
I
in
don't
it,
think
though.
so. Yeah, they are in it.
I
But I
just
don't think that was the
remember
10 things I hate about
Downloading
you,
it from LimeWire where it was credited to Real Big Fish.
Yeah.
And System of a Down for some
so.
reason.
For whatever reason.
What was-
Collab.
I know your first show. I know you've told me your
Yeah.
first show
Yeah.
like a couple times.
It was.
It's not Rise Against.
No.
No, it wasn't Rise Against.
I-
It was. Oh, do you know?
Flyleaf?
No.
No?
Oh, but yes,
Was it
actually.
Flyleaf?
Well, no, but yes.
No, but yes.
It was the old
So sick and
The Edge Fest
Nice, nice.
with Social D.
so boring.
Really boring.
Wow,
Can we talk
wow,
about?
wow.
Were you at that
The
last
hottest
show?
take. Coming.
The first time I saw Social D, they were after Reverend Horde Heat, and I'm like, this is
Okay,
not
yeah, that's
like,
just.
you're too slow.
You're too slow. Okay, yeah.
Slow. And also, I
Oh,
don't,
man.
he's got 5 super solid notes, but man.
Yeah, but those 5 notes.
Yeah.
There's 5 notes. He does them
They
so
should never
well.
follow
Yeah.
a fast band ever.
No. But they were, yeah. It was them and Bad Religion were the headliners
Really?
of that Edge Fest. Yeah, but Flyleaf played. The Flowbots played.
God, robots.
Who else? There were so many.
They did handlebars, right? Not
Yes.
Smash Bars.
Yeah.
No,
no handlebars.
that was Craven
That
Moorhead.
was great.
That was a Craven Moorhead
Yeah.
That's right. That was
original.
Blowbots.
I'm a big fish at the Scottsdale bars. God, I wouldn't have
Thought about that. Yeah. Wow.
for another 10 years.
Easy.
That was well, and any reference to the ska punk show with Craven Moorhead, which
Yeah.
was the jam
Yeah.
for so
He
long.
was at the show I was at last night for the Bronx.
Really?
No way. How's he doing?
Good.
Good to hear.
And the Aqua Dolls, who I didn't know was playing that show.
Oh,
Oh no,
yeah.
they got added the day before.
Really?
That's funny.
Yeah, because we played a show with the Aqua Dolls that we
wearing-
got added the day
Day
before.
Yeah.
I mean, if I put together their comments on stage, it almost sounds like Pennywise hit them up literally the day before. Like, can you drive
hey,
to Phoenix?
Hey,
All right,
Yep.
you're on the show.
it
Which-
sounds like that's what it is.
I thought we were.
Pennywise was at
yeah.
that Edge Fest too, actually.
No
now that
way.
I'm thinking about it, yes, because I saw Pennywise there as well. As like I was in 5th grade.
the ideal bro punk band.
Yes, it really is the ideal bro
I don't know that.
punk
Pew
band.
pew 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 gunshot noises though.
Pew Pew Pew's an awesome band.
Bro punk.
It's like the bro is punk though.
Dance Gavin Dance for
What they
sure.
have a song up? Getting pizza.
So do the Aquabats.
Yes, they
The
do.
Doesn't.
Aquabats
Yeah.
do.
It's all about pizza day.
It's all.
It was served the side of pork and beans.
Oh god.
Don't get started on Weezer right now.
Yeah,
I don't
let's
wanna
not
talk
talk about Weezer.
I don't want to talk
Talk
about
about
Weezer
Oh
It's-
god.
it's
in general.
It's a sore subject matter. Alright.
Overall.
Green Album was good. You guys just suck.
That one had.
Don't start with your Green Album apology
yeah,
right
let's
now.
not do this
Don't
now.
tarnish our
that had
reputation
Gone
on
Fishing
stream.
right?
Huh?
What?
Green album had Gone Fishing.
Wow. I've never listened to it.
Yeah.
But,
You're about to stand something so hard, you know.
I mentioned it because that's one of their best music videos because it has Muppets.
it does.
Oh, that's the. Okay.
I think that's the correct one.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
no,
people
you're
correct
right.
me.
They'll get you in the comments, don't worry.
Yes.
They'll
Yeah.
always get
How dare
Unless
you?
someone's commenting now. No.
Now
Wait, no,
we're
they're
not we're not paying attention.
No, we're not. I'm barely paying attention to this race.
No, it's really,
Oh, shit.
this game is like.
I'm doing very well, and I.
I don't
feel
even
like
know.
I'm-
Let's see.
Oh,
Let's
I
see.
actually am not.
Let's see. Oh,
Yeah.
would you look at that?
Oh,
Oh, would
Actually
you look
doing
at
the
that?
best of us.
I'm a tight second. What was your first show? Not to change the subject.
No. I'm trying to think of because I went to a ton of Trunk Space shows
And
and
that's
stuff
the
before.
funny thing, though, is being an adolescent, not pre-puberty, but watching Say Ferris that in and to come get older, you're like, oh no, she was just like a powerful woman speaking
yeah,
her mind that
just
like a lot of
Yeah.
friends, actually, what I think Drea from the Pinks
Yeah.
like, looked up to.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Same.
It's actually come more into being when
Same.
the whole weird discussion of the comeback of Say Ferris and then
Yeah.
the whole Starcross and them like battle
Merge. Yeah.
because she
Yeah.
kind of brought the band back without talking to all the other people of the band.
Yeah. Which is interesting, but.
Well, it doesn't help when you're popular enough that when the reunion's announced, all your fans are hitting up every member. I'm like, oh, what's
Yeah.
gonna happen? And they're like,
And they're
what the fuck are
"Wait,
you talking
we're playing
about?
a reunion show?
Cool.
Oh.
Yeah, you didn't see the
You didn't
announcement.
know? Oh. Yeah, that would be rough. That would be a little,
And it sounds like it was settled behind closed doors. Whatever
Yeah.
happened.
whatever the interworkings of that was.
But yeah, it was later on, and part of it's because of that, where it's like, who cares about the drama? She's a fucking awesome
Yeah.
singer.
She
like,
really
huh.
is, yeah. Who really-
Fair.
But also maybe let your band know. I don't know.
That you're gonna bring them back,
Slippery.
or at least bring back their name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of renaming your project as often as you can.
Just really keep them on
That
their
way you
toes.
can lose. Actually, thanks to Instagram, you don't lose track, because then you
Really?
just get confused on who you're following.
Yes.
Honestly.
You're like,
Who is
wait,
this?
why
You
am
can
I
just-
following?
Who
Who
is
is
this
this?
band?
We're
I actually
changed.
was looking at that for Blunderbust, because it popped up on my Instagram,
Yeah.
and but I forgot their new name, and I'm like, wait, who is this? And I'm like looking at their profile, and they actually
Context.
specified that they used to be Blunderbuss and used to be Blunder Nazis or something.
Yeah.
That's challenging.
Yeah. Not a great look.
No,
No.
I mean word Nazis and grammar Nazis. The word's been used before
True.
in a context that's not horribly offensive.
Yeah.
But also, it's been largely you.
Unfortunately,
No.
unfortunately, the connotation of the term has gotten worse in the last 3 years,
True. Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
4 years if I include the lead up to an election.
True. It's true.
It's not great.
It was a long year for us.
It's
all.
why I
yeah,
had-
it's been a rough
It's not
year.
great,
That's
Joe.
why I had a reservation about watching Jojo Rabbit. I'm like,
Jojo Rabbit was
but
really
it's
good.
it's
though.
satirical
Haven't
and
seen it yet. Please.
Okay. I'm gonna
It's a-
spoil
it is-
every. This is
it
now
is
a movie
satirical.
podcast.
Yeah.
as the trailers have
Mhm.
portrayed,
Yeah.
but it also does address the realities of what was happening.
Really
Okay,
well.
very
really
cool.
well.
I
It's-
want to see that movie.
Just like how The Lighthouse.
That's that black and white horror movie.
Yeah, dude, it was so good. You should see it.
Anything with what's his name there?
Robert Pattinson.
No, no, no.
William Dafoe.
Because that, look, I
Anything
can
William
only
Dafoe is
think
already a
that
horror
Joe-
movie.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
Shots fired. How could you say something so brave?
Yes.
He's creepy. He's a really good actor, but he's creepy in everything.
I do love that, like, the number one criticism I've heard about the original Raimi Spider-Man is like, why would you put a helmet on William Dafoe? He already looks like a goblin. He was fine.
He's really good at being creepy.
I feel like I want to defend my. How is that the finish? Is that you run headlong into a stack?
No,
of
It's a
because
metaphor,
it's
Davey.
It's because we're waiting for everyone to finish. So if they
What
haven't
else are
finished,
you
you get
to
to go
do?
as far as the course is going to let you.
Which is into a stack of tires.
Yeah.
Yes. What we could do is we could start trading off and do single player and tackle some wherever I left off.
Some
Oh, where it's
challenges.
action
Yeah.
hard.
Yes.
This isn't action.
Oh,
I
I
mean,
have no
it's
idea.
really good for
I'm
conversation
sorry.
because I haven't had to pay attention to
Yeah,
anything.
Exactly.
I'm like
Yeah.
second
I mean,
half.
I'm just holding down a trigger and gently
guess
rocking
this is
myself,
pretty-
which is how I fall asleep at night.
So, what kind of dreams do you have?
Yeah. What does this turn into?
Can't sleep, clown will eat me. Can't sleep, clown will eat me.
Yeah.
You can't
Shit.
be like
It's a
that.
Disney reference. I mean, it's a Simpsons
Yeah.
reference.
Yeah.
Finally.
Oh my god.
So
this
it's
is
now a
like-
Disney reference.
Well, people dug up quotes about Matt Groening who would be like, no, The Simpsons will end when if Disney ever.
Dang.
And now I'm like, no, it's not ending. That's why I'm all about
Seems like-
disenfranchisement.
Disenfranchisement.
Disenchantment.
Disenfranchisement.
Look, I don't like the French as much as anyone else, but
It's because you haven't listened to Rev yet, David.
Well, it is really funny though. It's like the one front and center thing on Disney Plus. You're like, clearly you guys know you have a very popular franchise, other than
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
I was about to say, are you sure that The Simpsons are the front center thing and not Baby Yoda?
Because
like, let's
Baby
be
Yoda.
real.
Let's talk about Baby Yoda for a second.
First off, that's not the race of Yoda.
What is the race of Yoda?
They have never
It's-
clarified.
No.
What else do you want me to
Bullshit,
call him?
bullshit, Joe. If you played the
Baby
Knights of the
Yoda
Old Republic,
species.
that was deemed non-canon.
canon. It don't
Yeah,
care. It's still
coded
canon to me, David.
Baby Yoda species.
Okay, so
Okay, explain to me
If you
why
talk to
it
Master
couldn't be a
Vrook-
reincarnated Yoda.
Because he's.
So, okay,
Why not?
When does this
So-
take place?
Post
This takes-
Return of the
it's
Jedi.
in between episodes 6 and 7.
No, it is.
oh, shit.
Oh, that would be
Mandalorian?
post
That's
Return of the
still-
Jedi.
Post
so
Return
that
of the
would be
Jedi,
right. Yep.
pre
Yep.
Force Awakens.
It has to be
Is that what that
long
movie's
before
called?
Force Awakens, though. Yeah.
I think it's like I don't know how long it is, but it's
It has to be a while.
I forgot the name of the third movie, so it's all good.
Revenge of the Sith.
Anakin Temper Tantrum.
Anakin Temper Tantrum.
You're breaking my heart, Annie. I'm like, this is the worst
Sam.
excuse for someone dying
Yeah.
ever and acting.
You broke my heart.
That being said, I've listened to a lot of Annie DeFranco and had the same reaction. So
I've argued Clone Wars animated series redeemed Anakin and his acting skills.
I guess
Clone
so.
Wars.
Should,
And
should
his
I,
acting
should,
skills.
should I watch that?
Wow.
Is it worth my time?
Actually, yes.
Okay.
That's the best
Oh,
prequel.
honestly.
Okay.
That is
That
the
is
best
the
prequel.
best prequel.
best prequel. The best prequel
It's
is
the Topher Grace
You're
cut
telling
that
me?
hasn't ever aired anywhere, but
It's-
I've read.
It's the comic in the back of the instructions for the Lego Star Wars
Yes.
Snowspeeder that shows them taking down an AT-AT.
The Lego Star Wars games are
Oh,
fantastic
yes,
regardless.
they are.
Yeah, incredibly. You know, if I may interject really quickly,
We should have played that, I know.
yeah,
It's got co-op.
I like to think that Yoda
Oh, God.
is Dagobah because like you look at him and you look at Dagobah and you're like this life form could have developed here.
On this
Yeah,
planet.
but you
Yeah.
think he would go back to his home planet to hide forever, Davey?
I
Think
do,
it
I
through.
do. That's
Think
what
it
I did.
through.
Like
I mean, also, he went to the planet that apparently no one wants to go to.
Yeah.
yeah, which
Yeah.
I think adds to it. I'm gonna put my money on Dagobah for Yoda's home planet.
No. So
Oh my god, my head.
as I shove up my glasses. Yeah. The only thing I know is in the best Star Wars game of all time, Knights of the Old Republic, which is the
Yes.
only thing I know about Star Wars
Which
lore at
was
all.
being adapted to a movie series.
Was it?
Wait, really?
Was it? They
Is.
Fuck me,
And
man.
the co-writers are the guys that do Game of Thrones. I think.
Oh, well, then I
Oh.
trust nothing.
And I have
I
all my
don't trust
data.
them
No,
at
no,
all
no.
then. So they're gonna link me on for 10 years and then destroy
Well, it's so funny
it.
because they're like, none of this is canon. Oh, but we're gonna start bringing
But-
in
but we wanna
characters
take-
from
Yeah, but also,
it.
It's
like-
not. It's not
Yeah,
canon,
We're gonna
but also
adopt
it's
this-
really good though. So like.
We're
But,
gonna
like,
adopt the story
Rebel-
arc a little
yeah, I was
bit
gonna say,
into
like,
our
Rebels wasn't
movie.
canon, and then
I-
Saga
I'm on
Rera
season
was
3 of
in.
Rebels, so I've been binging it.
Have you?
Well, I never had Disney XD,
Yeah.
and I never had a valid login to try it through the app. So, I'm
Yeah,
like,
no,
I've
Saga
got
Rera is
to,
in Rebels.
Yeah.
and I.
And also
Everyone's talking about
Rebels.
Mandalorian. I'm like, I'm fucking binging Rebels. This is awesome.
Rebels is really cool, and
I'll
Rebels
finish it
is
watching
also in Rogue One.
And I'm on season 3, and I did.
There's that many
Shit.
seasons of that show.
Thrall is another one that was
Yeah.
brought in from the non-canon that's now canon again.
Yeah. Make up your
Restored
mind,
canon.
Star Wars.
Clearly, we have some good source material. Why don't we adapt it? Okay.
But Jar Jar Binks.
He's still canon.
They did also kind of redeem him in Clone Wars.
He's a character in Clone Wars. All right.
I'm missing out.
Now I definitely
Well, now
not gonna
you-
watch it.
Tough Cell got tougher.
Just an uphill battle for
Battle
Star
for
Wars
Star-
today.
Clone Wars gives me one of my favorite Jedi, Ahsoka.
Yeah, that's true. Ahsoka is
And
probably the coolest.
she's in Rebels
Yeah.
with white lightsabers.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is how you're like, I'm technically not part of the Jedi Order, but I adhere to most of their
Yes, but
Oh,
principles.
they
most
make the
of-
great
yeah.
Jedi canon.
Yeah, let me make this really good.
Okay, cool.
And at least where I'm at, left the door open for her not being gone.
I'm trying to remember.
I'm at the beginnings of season 3, so she has a somewhat epic lightsaber duel with a certain person.
with
and-
with
Yes.
Yes.
Haven't seen it, so
There's like
Spoil
running
me.
theme through
do
Star
it.
Wars.
I don't care.
There's a running theme through Star Wars I'm learning of like, we don't want to actually say he's Anakin. Anakin
He's-
died. This is Darth
yeah,
Vader.
This is Darth Vader, but also
I might know this guy.
yeah.
Actually, I know this guy. I'm not telling you.
No, I just want to do it.
I'm
There's, like,
doing.
I just give me one.
But yeah, I've been binging Rebels. I'm so
Into
and
it.
finally Disney Plus app's working.
That's powerful.
Well, because for a while I had to keep track of where I was.
Oh yeah, because it wasn't.
It
yeah,
wasn't remembering.
the,
And
like-
apparently that is a feature. It started happening.
Yeah, no, it
And I was
works
like,
now.
oh, it does know where I'm at.
Hot
Like
patch.
2 days ago, I'm like, oh, I don't have to remember what episode I was like midway through. Now it's finally keeping track of it. Cool.
Todd Howard is,
Yeah.
is an executive producer on Disney Plus.
Just day one patch.
Yeah. And all your items are gone.
Yeah, all the Disney. There's another Disney XD show that I'm just like, thank you Verizon for giving corporate overlords for
Yeah.
giving me a free year of Disney Plus. But
For your Disney.
DuckTales,
Woo.
Oh.
the new one is actually Good.
Ooh.
Have you seen the DuckTales anime? It's called DuckTales Uwu.
No. No.
But the new one's also good.
You got me.
Now we just gotta go listen to Suburban Legends cover.
Yeah.
They have a Disney EP.
I did one.
Really?
I think I
What?
saw them at Disneyland or
Oh,
on
they
Dream.
perform there regularly.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Suburban Legends at Disneyland.
They used to perform on
Do they
the
perform
modern.
right next to the
No.
animatronic Abraham Lincoln?
No,
Or like,
No.
Futureland, I think it is.
They performed during, like the day after a choir trip that we did at Disneyland. It was weird, but I was like, okay, this is cool.
Brian, who plays with the guitar with him, he confused me for the guy that sells the comics. That was interesting. Like,
Did you
I'm
just
like,
talk-
I buy comics, but
Yeah.
we don't live in the same city. There's no way I
Right,
could
so
even
there's
tell
not-
you,
yeah.
sell you them. But that's cool.
But cool.
That's cool. Do you want to be friends and or play video games with
They also
me?
appeared on, I think it was the Modern Mickey Mouse show or something.
Oh, really? Ah.
They have a lot of ties to Disney.
Yeah, I
It's a
believe
deep
it.
web.
Deep web. Deep web of Disney.
Deep web of Disney.
It's
The
them
duck
and the
web.
Jonas Brothers.
No love for it.
The duck web of it.
The duck web.
Do you know that both Ween and Pantera
Holy crap.
contributed to the SpongeBob soundtrack?
I believe that. In
Pantera contributed to this. I can believe Ween
I
because there's
believe it.
Ocean Man, right? There has to be.
Now I know
right?
why.
Love Ocean Man.
So it's got to be Ocean Man, but like, what did Pantera tribute?
I really
Is
hope
this,
I'm
like,
not getting this
Spo-
wrong,
Is it
but
like SpongeBob like just walking on the beach to like?
no, I'm really hope I'm not getting it wrong. I'm like 80% sure it was Pantera. During the episode where Sandy is about to go into hibernation, so she makes him do all that extreme
Oh,
shit,
yeah.
all the like grindy metal stuff. While
It's
they're
all
I'm
Pantera.
pretty sure.
Oh, sucks. I just like nose time and stop myself.
Watches it's like.
Yeah, I never had Disney XD.
What's the difference?
Not, yeah.
And I cut my cable cut a few years ago,
Yeah.
so I didn't have a valid login. For a while, my internet was enough. They just did an IP check. I'm like, you're good,
Yeah.
and then
Oh.
that stopped.
Yeah.
And then they got wise.
Then they figured it out.
It's not
Just
fair.
gotta find it.
There are ways. There's always a way.
Yeah. That's one benefit to Ian is he can find a way.
Yeah, always.
There's always a way.
Where there's an Ian,
There's a way.
Yeah.
This is the one.
Ian's always been there for me, especially like if I ever get locked out of my house, he will show up with a
With
set of
with
lockpicks and or like some C4, and I'll be like, Ian, where did you get that? And he says, don't
duck
worry
web.
about it. Go back to
Duck web.
Woo.
Oh god. Oh, that's right, DuckTales.
Yeah, because Ian and I went to high school together, but like, when did we really? Did we just start going to Death Grips? Was there
Yeah.
any?
No,
any,
it's basically
like, it was like
It was
hey,
basically like
like we didn't really talk before we were.
I think I had
footage.
seen like some of your shows and stuff just because I went
Oh,
to
yeah.
the trunk space a lot.
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
time. But like,
And that's the one thing I miss about the old trunk space. People
Yeah.
like, just hang out.
Just-
Yeah,
yeah,
just
just
go.
come.
People don't want to just hang out at the chair.
No,
well,
no.
Well, and like what? They closed the gate.
Yeah.
Groundskeeper.
Yeah.
but no,
It was weird the first time I went to the new trunk space. I was like, number one, where's the bikini bar?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, where's the air conditioning?
Lounge?
Oh, that too. Yeah, the bikini.
I
Depending when you got there, because they kickstarted it successfully.
Truck
No,
space
I'm
is too sacred of a space for me to critique it anyway.
I mean,
So-
we were talking the other day about how old we are.
Oh,
Yeah, oh my
We were like,
gosh,
we're at
yeah.
the new Joe Bot waiting to go to the new trunk space when we used to go to the old
Old
Joe
Joe
Bot
Bot
and
and
going
the
to the
old
old
trunk
trunk
space.
space.
I became a man the day that old Joe Bot became new Joe
Yeah.
Bot.
That's not true. You told me
And
several
has a
times
bar.
you became a man
Yeah,
the
and
first
has
time
a
you heard
bar,
Air's
yeah.
Sexy Boy.
Air's sexy
And when
boy.
the-
In walking distance.
Yeah. And
A lot of
yeah,
people forget that.
because it is still like down the street.
Yeah. And you can't
Also,
see it
the
now with
ice
that new
cream is
building.
now. Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, no, we just started going to Death Grips because it was like I knew no one else who wanted to go to the marquee to see Death Grips, and it was a good time. We were debating the whole time if they were going to show up at all. 'Cause
Yeah,
right
it was
after they
during
pulled that
that
like South
time.
by stunt or whatever.
Yeah. Or it was like, is Death Grips a band? I don't know. I bought tickets.
I bought tickets. Hopefully.
Hopefully they're still together today.
Wait, have you ever drunk bought tickets where you're like, I guess I'm going because
Oh,
I already
all the
bought the
time.
ticket?
Oh my god, I did that yesterday for AJJ and Shoo Shoo and
Amber
Amber X.
No,
which-
David came up to me. He's like, "Did you hear that
We're
they
just
put on a
falling.
tour explicitly for
Just
me?"
falling.
It's like they put on
Yeah.
the most me tour that has ever existed. It's like
Those
Emperor
are
X,
three
Shoo
of my
Shoo,
favorite
and
bands,
AJJ.
hands down.
That's how I went to
Uh,
Tucson for the first time.
What?
Really?
Yeah, when Streetlight Manifesto was like, this is our final
At
tour.
the Rock?
Yes.
No, it was at Rialto.
Oh. I saw Streetlight at the Rock with Supervillains.
Oh, the Rock.
Super.
Yeah. That was the first show I think I really started losing hearing.
And in that weird all ages, underages section.
Oh, at the Rock,
Yes.
where it's just chain. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
If you stand in the wrong place, everyone's walking by you to go to the women's
Yes.
bathroom.
yeah, unfortunate.
I'm like, man, why do people keep walking in front of me? I just want to watch the show.
Yeah.
Oh.
I recently, well, not recently.
That was so
I'm
close.
so good at video games and just about everything else, and I get very little credit, and it's hurtful.
But yeah, I went to Devil's Advocate the night before.
Oh yeah.
And Jerome was drinking, and I'm like, oh, what if they don't announce a Phoenix date? They'd only announced one
I-
leg of the tour. They said this is their last tour because their stupid thing
not
with
the last
Victory.
tour.
I just
And I
did that.
drunkenly
No,
bought the
you're
ticket.
fine.
And I'm like, guess I'm going to
I want-
Tucson tomorrow after I get off work.
I just did that with the Regrets, because the Regrets announced the show in Tucson
Yeah.
before the Crescent show, and so I drunk bought
I've
tickets
been-
to the Regrets in Tucson at 191 Tool.
I've never been to that one.
It's a cool venue. It's a weird spot
I
for
would
sure,
love
but
to
it's
go
I think I
cool.
saw Camp
love
Cope
191
this year.
Tool. Yeah, you did.
Okay, I'm like, that was the venue. I don't really know Tucson.
I
I
started
know
to realize I'm
Tucson.
becoming familiar with it because when I went to the Avengers show,
Oh,
2 weeks ago?
Yeah, Adam.
like I drove by the Flycatcher or what used to be the Flycatcher. I'm like,
It's
oh
gone.
god.
Pour one out.
Also, I'm remembering where it is.
Tragedy.
What the hell?
Yeah, the Flycatcher going off of 4th.
They like just.
They destroyed 4th.
There's only two things
Say
you need
it.
to know about Tucson: where the punk show at, where the Sonoran Dog at, and that's it.
Hey, that burrito place I went to was awesome. It used to be called Whataburger.
Which place did you go? Oh, Whataburger was good.
Like, it was recommended, but every time I would go, I'd go try to get food after the concert, and I'd be like, oh, everything's closed.
The best after show, if you're downtown in
The
Tucson.
Hardee's on Speedway.
No, oh God.
They call
is-
themselves Hardee's,
no.
not Carl's Jr.
Oh, you know, I've never actually read the sign. I just see that star and I know I'm home.
It's all about the Western bacon cheese.
That was the most bullshit win that I just got. I spawned like 3 feet from the finish.
It's okay.
All
you
right,
still
let's-
finished third.
I'm gonna go with that other idea. We're gonna trade off, and we're gonna
Oh yeah.
yeah.
start tackling some of these horrible things.
All right.
Okay.
We're gonna also figure out where I left off.
Apparently, fuel for the flames. Blood for the blood god. Let's go.
Is that a Mountain Goat song?
Fuel for the flames. Blood for the blood god.
Blood for the
Yeah,
blood. Like,
it was right after You Must Fear the Tetrapod.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Going to Tetra.
God.
Going to.
I guess I'm gonna go
Missouri.
fast.
The most remarkable thing about coming home to you is giving blood to the blood god.
And we'll just do a race or till I keep dying.
Until we get stuck.
Yes.
But
Yeah, Tucson. Yeah, I'm born and raised in Phoenix, and I never went to Tucson until 5 years ago.
Really? Oh,
I mean, I never went to
Really?
Bisbee until 2 weeks ago.
True.
Really?
You know what?
Man,
Find a new thing.
it was good to see you in Bisbee for sure.
Yeah.
One friendly face. I'm kidding. Everyone was there.
Every
I'm
yeah,
like-
every
Yeah.
Based on how people said hi to me, I'm pretty sure there was more.
there were yeah. Bisbee is like one of the purest places.
There is a reset button there.
I don't know if I agree, but I have a very Bisbee story.
Go for it.
I don't know.
Is it like a B movie?
It felt like it at the time.
like with Jerry Seinfeld,
was-
or like
No. I don't know. This is weird. It might get a little blue. Feel free to cut me off.
all right.
But it was New Year's. We went down to Bisbee just to like hang out. They've got a really good New Year's party. Give some shout outs. And we got an
Oh, no.
Airbnb like 2 days before. And we arrived there, and it was like kind of weird we walked in, and the lady person was like, okay, here, it's right behind this false door. We, like, walked down a hallway, and she, like, moved the wall, and I was like, okay, this is strange, but cool, but Bisbee, whatever.
Yeah.
And she's like, you can help yourself to anything at the bar. There's, there's a bathtub in here, and, like, if you're gonna be bare-assed, just put a towel down. and then I really, like, looked around, and there were, like, leather benches, like, around the perimeter, and, like, tons of I was like, oh, this is very erotic art. And it
would you
turned
look
out
at that?
we had accidentally booked an adult play space,
Which
it was fine. I slept in a bed made for 5 people, so it
Wow.
was.
Call the California King.
California King.
I have a twin size mattress ever since that Front Bottom song came out. So yeah. But yeah, that was, and it was wonderful. Honestly, it was a great price, great stay, but also, sometimes any port in a storm.
I was like hanging out Monday, and I realized what it's like normally. It's just like so quiet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Side Pony makes Bisbee insane, but it's a
Oh, that was a
You did
mistake.
not make the
Little town.
checkpoint either, you fool.
What are you? There's checkpoints
Hit
now.
B.
Yes, there's
Oh,
always
yeah.
checkpoints.
Yeah.
That's what those little signs are.
He will always respond you to the last checkpoint.
There you go.
my favorite Bisbee story from the 6 years that I have been to Side Pony.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Such
I've
a
been to Side
veteran.
Pony for 6 years.
Yeah.
I was not 21 the first 3 times I went to Side Pony.
I feel like.
I mean, knowing someone that was there that's underage, seemed like they were pretty relaxed about that.
You know, yeah. I don't
Just
know
gonna
who-
say that. I'm not gonna name who.
I don't know who that was.
No one underage
No one
goes
could
to
ever
Side
imagine who the one.
Pony. I'm very good at this game
There you
and
go.
drumming. All right.
It's because you've had
No.
6 Mountain Dews. He's not.
Yeah,
I'm not even
literally,
kidding.
the
That's
true,
6.
the true gamer
the true
fuel.
gamer fuel.
I offered a Mountain Dew to
No.
everyone here.
And I said no out of respect to my kidneys.
Yeah.
I just forgot. I was setting everything up.
I'm gonna make a small tower.
Yeah, no, it was just like hanging out there. God, I got there at 2 in the morning after that Avengers
Yeah.
show. Or
Yeah.
1:50 technically. I was just like, I don't know where to park, and then went in a circle, and I'm like, fuck
that's
it.
the
Wherever you can.
Yeah,
I
that was Shannon's advice.
yeah
Just, like,
literally
wherever you
go
can find a spot,
literally
park.
yeah, this was the first year that a few people went and someone texted me and was like, where should I park? And I was like, anywhere you can find.
Well, and Google
Good
Maps is
luck.
horrible for Bisbee.
Oh yeah, it doesn't
yeah,
work.
yeah.
Don't
Because the
use it.
signage conflicts with what I'm looking at. I'm like, can I go down this street? Is this a one-way street?
Bisbee, don't
No,
drive.
this one's the one-way street, and this is the.
Just don't
Okay,
drive
wait.
in Bisbee.
Yeah, once I parked, I didn't.
Yeah, don't ever.
But then
get
I
back in your
experienced
car.
that night where and people ended up in the amphitheater in the park.
That
like,
amphitheater
drunkenly.
is crazy.
That
yeah.
amphitheater's great.
So
I
like
love
of
that.
all the places
Hit A.
Oh.
like
No, you're good.
you can make
Hit A.
noise in, this one is the one place
A.
that actually projects it more.
Yeah. I don't know. Hit A
A,
again.
yeah, just keep hitting A until a race starts. There you go.
You have to experience like the haunted aspects of Bisbee too,
Mm.
which then if you do, don't stay in the Copper Queen because everyone can tell you that it's haunted. It's not.
Well, what would you say is the most haunted place?
Look,
and by most
whoops.
haunted, I mean one ghost.
One. Okay,
One
so
ghost. We've
I'm
counted them.
stuck.
Yeah.
What do I
Hippie.
do here? Oh,
There you go.
I have stayed in a place that is no longer open in Bisbee. It used to
Probably
be
because
called
it was haunted.
the Audrey. Oh no.
Audrey Harper.
Oh, the Audrey Harburn Inn.
Jake, you owe me a Mountain Dew.
Yeah, it's a shame. Oh, you,
Alright.
Oh man, I did the same thing twice.
It's not partially drank.
it's
Oh, you
all
drank
he's
through
got.
all of them.
No,
Yeah, he was not
literally
kidding.
went all through all of them.
I feel
Yeah.
a little judged right now, actually. I'm a
I mean,
growing
they're small.
boy.
See my hand?
Yeah. They're not
No,
no,
it's
size.
no,
insane.
This is really good for the audio listeners.
Just
Yeah.
fun fact: Joe's 7'2". Don't let the size of the can. beat you.
Yeah.
No.
You can-
Joey, your shack-like proportions don't give...
I'm the Shactus here.
Okay, I don't know.
That would
how
be a
this-
great Instagram handle, honestly.
He never adopted it. It's probably still available.
Yeah.
Or it's like a
Wow.
weird Shaq Sons meme Instagram account.
How do you... I don't understand this
Speaking
game.
of like
Really lean
Sons
forward when you
Phoenix,
land.
is the Nash named after Steve Nash?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Screw Steve Nash.
Is it
Don't
Crosby,
bring
Stills,
that
Nash,
traitor's-
and Young? What is the
Do not
Nash
bring
named
that.
after?
Do not bring that name up.
He at
anymore.
least got us some trade.
Please don't talk about sports on this
Do not-
video game podcast,
I'm
Davey.
just saying-
Don't
I'm
bring
like-
up the traitor that is Steve Nash.
As a boy who is
I'm sorry
known
for
for
everyone
liking
watching this
sports.
because this is awful.
No, you're good.
Ah, I made it!
There you go, checkpoint.
Great job, great job. Go, oh,
Lean forward, forward, back, back!
Aw.
Dang it.
No, you're good.
No, how does this work?
It's okay.
Okay.
Let's just take some
It's a
deep
balancing
breaths.
act.
Which one? How do you... I don't
Sage
know.
Forward
was
and back.
Look, Sage was
Just
too busy
forward and
taking my
back.
lunch money in high school
There
to
you
know how
go.
to play trials.
And
It's
you
okay.
got it back, and you made the checkpoint, so you're good.
Yay!
Yeah. Another
Look.
checkpoint. Another checkpoint. Another one.
Yeah, my...
And stop, because this is an elevator.
Oh,
Oh,
oh no! Oh no!
Pee,
God.
pee.
Alright.
Okay.
I would imagine the left trigger is
So
going to be
stop.
break.
There. Oh no.
We'll figure it out.
Butterflies.
Anyway, we're playing a show tonight.
What?
Yes. But
Yeah, we are. At timeout.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, we are.
Yes, at...
Timeout.
with the
Timeout
awesome
Lounge.
Russian girlfriends.
Yes.
The awesome. Do you like? Have you listened to Russian Girlfriends?
Yes.
That's cool.
They're cool.
They're cool. They are cool.
This
I'm
will
a
be
little
my
nervous.
third time watching one of them.
Ooh.
Oh,
Damn.
so we can expect to see you there.
Yes, at some point. I'm trying to figure out.
There's many shows
It's
that
gonna
you
be
have
more
to
of
it.
attend, I'm
Oh
sure.
no, I've settled on the two that are walking distance.
Oh, Yucca.
No,
so
no.
Yucca and
Yeah.
And
Timeout
Timeout
Lounge.
Okay, no, those close. Ian, do you think it's appropriate to tell your hesitations with Timeout Lounge story?
I mean, that's
No, I don't know.
I'm okay with it, but say
That's on you guys. They're
we're just a.
We love Timeout Lounge.
Yeah, I
No.
love Timeout
No,
Lounge.
remember-
this is nothing. It has to do with
Yeah.
like the
That's
actual
true,
venue.
nothing-
Yeah,
it's
there's nothing
not-
to do with the actual venue.
Timeout Lounge has done so much for us, and we're very indebted.
There's a weird thing though.
That Ian goes
There's like
there.
a weird
and
thing.
only Ian goes
No,
there. None
I
of
don't
us.
know
I'm so
why.
sorry for bringing this
No, it's
up.
fine.
Like,
you can. They have stage lights. You can turn them on.
No.
No one ever does for some reason, but yes.
Just like
No, it's not that actually.
It
Nothing
has
to
nothing
do
to do
with the
with-
sound,
nothing
the
to do with the
quality,
set.
none of
it
it.
has nothing to do with that performance.
You gotta put a towel down
Well-
in the bathroom.
It probably has to do with that.
Then maybe no. Go ahead.
No,
go
just
ahead, get to it.
it's just
yeah.
like for some reason every time we play a show at Timeout Lounge, and we played many a show at Timeout Lounge, consistently get hit on by a cougar. Don't
Well,
know what happened.
It's not always a cougar, I would say, and I hesitate to use that word.
Well,
but
An
Oh, look.
older woman.
a woman 10 years or more older than I.
I would say that someone always aggressively hits on Ian.
That's true. I
Okay,
guess
that's at
no,
least-
that's
that's
true.
the
Okay,
okay,
yeah,
fair
it-
enough.
Aggressively is the key
Key
word.
word.
It-
And it has often been a
but it
40
never
year
happens at
woman.
any other venue.
No,
Timeout
never.
Lounge,
Never.
always,
Never.
always.
What I
See,
love
this is a fine story.
Oh, it's great.
Great, yeah.
And it's
I think you
it's,
went backwards, but
it's usually Ian and I sitting there talking about some dumb bullshit like we
and
usually
they
are.
chime in.
And then someone comes up and is like, "Hi, how are you?" And I love
touch
Yeah.
arm.
Touch his arm.
Can I
touch
buy you a
his shoulder.
drink? And-
Yeah, can I buy you a drink?
It's great because it's like, no, I'm straight edge.
It never works when I try to deflect out. I'm like, you want to buy Davey a drink?
The deflection usually doesn't work.
It does it. It does
It's
it.
so funny
It's
though.
so. I don't
It
know
is.
why.
Wait, are you the youngest of the band?
No.
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 Oh, weird.
I'm mid.
You're mid. You're the
So
middle
Davey-
child of
Davey's
the
the
band.
oldest. Sage is the youngest.
Yeah.
I'm right in the middle. I'm the ugly middle stepchild of the maybe next years.
God, I'm
Not
very
to
good
the
at this
older
game.
women though.
No. Well, apparently. It's because I can grow a beard, and they look at Davey, and they're like, "There's no chance."
November's been very kind to me. I'm doing. This is actually the first time I've ever grown facial hair, quote unquote facial hair.
Why is facial hair in quotes?
Yeah.
It's not great. It's not. It's not.
You've got a respectable amount of stubble.
It's not fun for me or for anyone else, but like sometimes you have to do these things as an artist.
Like, how
As
itchy
an
are you right
artist.
now? Is I guess the question.
how itchy?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I have been on stimulants that have made me less itchy.
Oh no, that's actually a side effect of growing facial
Yeah.
hair.
Challengingly itchy, I would say.
Challenge.
Also, once you have it grown and you
Great
keep it for a while, it's gonna
band.
grow back faster.
That's what I hear. Like everyone
I
on
feel like
our
that's
beards is like.
No, I'm learning that.
Ours
I haven't
does.
shaved.
Is it?
I hadn't shaved in like 5 years, and this thing
Shit.
is growing back
Fuck, I messed up my
quicker than ever.
Yeah.
I do.
Like,
Even
maintenance
Vanessa
is-
with like it's our beard. You can't
Yeah, I'm
shave
very
it. It's the-
invested in the beard. I'll be honest. I won't let him shave it.
Are you going full like neck beard?
Oh god.
Do you know?
No,
I
not
can't
because-
go that far.
Oh,
I can't, I can't live
uh,
with a neck
have you ever
beard.
heard of the band Anthrax?
Do you know Scotty Ian?
Do you
It's
know
gonna be
Scott?
that.
You know Serge Tankian?
Yeah. How do you
don't,
feel?
When was the last time you listened to Five Finger Death Punch, Joey?
Go Bordello.
Go
Bordello,
Bordello.
certainly. Wow, what a
Let's
fun
start
band they were.
partying.
They still are a band.
I was gonna say they're still a band.
They just
They
don't
just
tour a ton. Actually, I think they also have a higher guarantee, so they don't get booked as much.
Fun fact, not about Gogo Bordello, but made me think about this. Joan Jett does not say no to a show, which is why Joan Jett has played a show with Dolly Parton and Miley Cyrus. Just a
Oh.
fun.
If Time Out Lounge is listening,
Joan
Jet-
Jett
Yeah.
does not say no to a show.
Fun fact, neither do we. And we played a show with Dolly Parton. Dolly
Or
is
Miley
with
Cyrus.
gotta go to
Dollyland.
Dollywood.
Dollywood, there we go. In Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh man, if I can Kevin Bacon us to Miley Cyrus real quick.
Oh
sure.
man.
I'm in a band with Mia, who was in Treasure Mammal.
Who knows everyone?
Who
was
did
in Treasure Mammal.
did a song on their on the Flaming Lips Beatles cover album that
Oh.
Miley Cyrus was also on. Boom, Kevin
Because Miley
Bacon.
Cyrus
Kevin
did the
Bacon.
Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds
Yup,
cover with it.
exactly.
Ah,
There we
exactly.
go.
Okay.
Man.
Ties it all together.
Yeah.
And I've been to a record store where I bought a Flaming Lips album. Therefore,
And the split was with Devo.
Yes.
I do have
Did
that.
they do a Devo split?
His
Yes.
records were
What?
dead.
They did
Wow.
a cover of
Oh
Gates of
my
Steel.
gosh, I
I-
just started
Davey,
listening to Devo
Davey,
this
I
year.
own the 7-inch. I will listen to it. It's fine.
Cool, I'm very game.
The license test.
I'm curious
Oh,
what this is.
which one is this?
Joe,
one
do you
called?
have any Black Friday record store day lookouts that you're?
Oh yeah.
Oh, true.
Because that's
I
next
haven't
week.
actually looked at that list.
Ah.
Also, they do higher print runs for Black Friday Record Store Day.
No one cares about Black Friday Record Store Day. It's all about April Record Store Day.
I don't
But,
know
Yeah.
that much.
True.
but like, still, I'm gonna be at Zia's on Friday.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's the only reason I ask because I run into Joe at Zia's every
Yeah,
Every
that
time.
is true. Every time I go to Zia. I don't know if it's not Black Friday Record Store Day exclusive,
Mhm.
but the Animal Collective Merryweather Post Pavilion
Live.
10-year anniversary.
that 3 LP live
I'm
album.
definitely getting that. This
Lean forward and
that's
minimal
very
amount.
cool.
What is this tutorial?
Look at that lean.
Oh yeah.
Solid.
All right. Forward.
I really like
Now,
how
Halloween got me fucked up.
that lean is something else.
wheelie toward it and include.
Left and right. Okay. Good enough.
Wait, I was already.
There's
What are we doing
so
now?
many. Bunny hop.
Look.
Okay.
It's a very
Oh
mechanical.
god.
Clothesline
Got it.
hard.
There is a there
What
is a
tutorial now? Okay.
Some objects can be pushed.
You got it.
Yeah.
Touch it. Bam.
That was in the other trials.
Want to call our LP3 Some Objects Can Be Pushed? That sounds pretty cool.
What's our LP2?
Yeah, wait, we don't have an LP two.
Well, let's ask the streams.
Do we have an LP1?
In the
Hold on.
comments,
No, we actually we don't have that either.
We have an EP1.
Boom.
press F to name our new record.
It's just to land in the dumpster.
Oh dang.
Where you belong.
All right, we should be.
Should
No.
be in the clear.
Now we're on new test.
Now you have a new
Woo!
CC. Right?
Or
Medium.
in the YouTube comments. This will get potentially Sunday, depending on how long we go and how much time I have between this and running to Yucca and timeout.
Our shows, we're not on until what, 10? So,
Yeah.
So you
yeah,
don't
we
have to
can,
be there
we can
till-
do this all day.
Wait, are you guys what? So
We're,
it's
we're right before Russian
Oh,
Dolls.
no.
so is it Nav and
Yeah.
then you guys?
No, it's
Shout outs to
Rest in
Nav.
it's. I think that it's. Hi Nav.
Hi, Nav.
It's Nav.
It's another
Oh,
person we need.
you know what?
Oh, yeah.
Acme Superstar.
Maybe
Acme
Nav
would be
and
great.
then Acme Superstar and then
I just saw
want to say
it.
that it's Bulletproof. I think
Acme?
it's Acme, Bulletproof,
Then
Plus,
you guys-
and
then
then,
us,
and then
then
Russian
Russia.
Girlfriends.
Wait, you're on at 11?
We're on 10.
Oh, so Russian girlfriend should be. I'm like now formulating my.
You're
Try,
right.
trying to figure out what
Let's
the
plan the
night
route.
is.
All right, when should I leave
Push
Yucca to go to
everything back
time
about
out?
half an
Okay.
hour.
Yeah.
Setting your alarms right now.
Write this on my palm of my hand.
Yeah.
It's gonna just sweat off.
Just,
Yeah.
I always memento my way through shows. It's like,
Memento my way.
Said something about next
Oh,
year.
let's pull through.
Oh!
You made the checkpoint. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
and then you kiss the
Yeah.
wood.
Kiss the sky.
There's,
I feel like that's a lie. Just go
Ow!
under it. Just
Ow!
go under it.
No, that's for quitters.
It's,
You
There
don't
is
have
a,
enough momentum.
yeah, there you go.
I
See?
think there.
It's a false flag, Daisy.
You sound like every reviewer who's not enough momentum. No.
we here's a fun story. When we put out our first single, which was Drowned, we got a review from a German review company that like really liked Drowned but just hated us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Like
like
a
the
lot.
song is much better than
They
the
were like,
artist.
this song is great, but they suck.
Wait, was it written in English?
No,
No,
it was
we had to
no.
Google
Google
Translate
Translate
it.
The whole thing.
Or Ian, who just speaks German fluently.
Don't straight face line out.
Yeah.
Like, the only language I can
He
speak
learned-
is barely English.
He learned it from listening to
No,
Rammstein.
no. Thanks to our president, everyone speaks fluent English compared to
Yes.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
jeez, yeah. It's not hard. It's not a bar.
And I
like
thought
a
the
big
Americans
Bard's Frost.
butchered the English language, and then
Yeah, and now
then
here
we got
we
that.
are.
Shout out to Adam Schiff, who is my personal Lord and Savior.
What
Well, and there we
are
are.
we talking about?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
I don't know.
I was talking about our German review.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
Well, to be fair, we also like do a weird thing where Davey's the best at writing bullshit. Davey is the
Yeah.
king.
They call it's
Of
called
bullshit.
songwriting actually, but
Oh my god.
yikes.
This
look
is-
at this.
That, I
going
got
on?
that feeling in,
Oh, it's
in
water.
my stomach when that
What the hell?
happened.
How does physically that shouldn't work? Like, not to take qualms with backflip, but as a
How
reviewer,
did you do
Well, wait, was that
just
just
leave
water
it alone.
floating
That
in
was just
air?
Yeah,
water
I don't
floating.
know. That was just like a foot of water. That was just it.
Oh, let's see how he lands. This is an
Perfectly.
aw- See, good thing we jumped into this. These are some awesome looking
these are
stages.
some awesome looking stages. Yeah.
Oh
no.
my god, you just blew up.
Like Davey will write these like descriptions. Like we need to put a description of this song for like
strangest
Spotify or
but
send to people that
best-
maybe want to
oh, wait, I
review it.
didn't.
And
We
he's
also
like,
need to get tape for his other creation.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, certainly.
This is a new album cover actually, but
Have his Mountain Dew hiking pole.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't think the balance is there. I should have left a little bit of
Dang it.
fluid in each can.
That's what water is for.
it's a really unconventional bond. But you know, whatever.
He has
Whatever
tape
works.
too. He's offering us tape if you need it.
Yeah. I would...
Never mind.
You can start again,
For audio listeners, he stacked up all his Mountain Dew cans.
which was 6.
I am just making a mess in this
Here you go.
studio.
Start on it. You have a new task. But he'll write
Aw,
things like,
man.
maybe next year is a post-apocalyptic art punk project.
A
which-
Slayer, a Slayer doodle. What is it?
Slayer Doodle is my favorite dog breed, but
No, he's like, where it's like
Dang it.
maybe next year is remnants of a post-apocalyptic society where the only way they learn culture is by
I think
like
I'm
Slayer
pressing the wrong
doodles in grade schoolers'
No,
notebooks or
I-
something.
You
Or
watched
just
the
like
same tutorial I did.
fucking.
can I get a little serious? No, I'm not going
Why
to.
so
but
serious?
so like there's a very I think one of our biggest struggles as a band is finding consistency insofar as we get bored and like to write metal songs.
Wait,
And
you want to go down to metalhead.
yeah, true.
Then his chances with the 40-year-olds would get better.
It would get so much
Oh,
better.
That
It would just
being-
win.
That being said, one of our most consistent things in the maybe next year's lore is if you look at all our album covers, they're all hand drawn,
Yes.
and the idea behind that is that this is all sort of a
That's so
dream happening in like
have
in
to
like a
like-
junior high
oh.
notebook. Like, oh, if I could start a band, it'd be called the Maybe Next Year's,
Hit
and
the
like
checkpoint, that's all that
everything's
matters.
That's
just
all that matters.
doodles.
Oh my
And I'm
gosh.
just gonna keep going.
Too bad none of those count.
So that's our deep theory for our
You're not
super
going to
fans.
Coheed and Cambria it, where you have a comic book that goes along with the
No.
story of the albums?
No, because I like
Oh, you mean
good
Starface?
music.
Yeah, no.
Wow, two different routes.
I actually
on
got
that
introduced to
joke.
Coheed and Cambria not through their performances, but through
Wow, that was bad.
someone
Here you
who's
go.
like, "You like comics? You
Yeah,
should check out this
you should
comic."
check out-
And then
Yeah.
they're a band. And I'm like, "Oh,
I do like Coheed. I do like a fair amount of Coheed, and Deer Hunter if we're gonna talk about it. But no.
I'm not." No, I have seen them once live.
I feel like you're gonna reveal something to me. How are Deer Hunter and Coheed related?
Oh man, if you have to ask, I'll tell you off stream.
Okay, I'm
You have to
sorry.
ask.
I'm sorry.
He's got a flowchart at home. He's
David
going to show
reveals
you.
like stuff all the time to me that I'm just an idiot.
Yeah, there are a few. What was the one?
The worst one.
Okay, wait.
The worst
That
one
was a really good
I was
one.
like, at one point I was like, oh, why is Jamie XX and the XX on the same label? I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that was a really good
It was
one.
so bad. I'm the worst about it all the time. But I'll like mention it. David's like, oh, I'm thinking about seeing Cherry Glazer. He's like, yeah, I loved her on that Death Grips record. She was like, oh, but she was on a Death Grips record.
Cherry
I don't-
Blazer is very
What's
good.
going on?
Cherry
Cherry
Glazer
Glazer
is
is
great.
very
Boom.
Oh.
Wait, am I supposed to set
But
that upside down?
I know, I'm always so out of the loop on who is in collaborating
going
music
on?
projects with each other,
It's true.
Oh, no.
and like I feel like such an idiot so often of. Well, I had no idea
not
that this like
accelerating.
massive crossover.
Existed.
Yeah.
Up, 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 up. Damn.
Oh, the other one was David was like listening to like Drive Like Jehu, and I'm like, this sounds a lot like Hot Snakes. I'm like, wait a minute, wait a
Wait a
minute.
minute.
You know what I've always wondered about
Snake's
Hot
Chase.
Snakes?
What?
Is their band named after that one part in Parks and Rec when Andy says he has hot snakes?
Or is that part of Parks and Rec based on the popular
No.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Chris Pratt doesn't listen to Hot,
Hot Snakes? Oh, come on. What else is he
Yeah.
doing in his trailer all day?
I hit the check right.
Praying.
Praying,
Yeah.
obviously. Praying.
I never
Praying
took-
for praying for more raptors.
I never took him as that.
Oh no, there was a whole thing.
Chris Pratt is deceivingly.
Yeah.
Deceptively Christian? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah. No. Deceptively Christian.
Nothing wrong with him, but very
But,
deceptively
like, very
Christian.
does not let on at first glance, but nothing wrong with that. Go listen to Satan on Spotify.
One of the only non-explicit song on our EP.
Yeah, fun
Yeah.
fact.
That song is about fun fact, Satan.
I thought it was about, quote, a relationship
Weird.
that just didn't quite work out.
There we go.
Not a joke you make at shows very often anymore.
No, we need to bring that one back.
It's just that joke's only funny if I do it before literally every song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm down to do that because I don't know what else to say.
One thing that I recently learned by playing a show with Girlwood, and it's embarrassing, is that we're not
We're
funny.
not funny. We're, like, in comparison.
Wait, that didn't count. That sucks.
That was just a
Yeah.
dirty joke by this man. There we
I
go.
mean, oh god,
I don't know.
why can't I remember their full band name? Redneck. They have a song about skating with Satan.
Oh,
Ooh. You would know this.
Nosferatu. Redneck Nosferatu. Right?
yes. Yes, there we go.
Which, rest in peace, Jacob. But,
Yeah.
no, he. Unfortunately, we
Yeah.
lost him. But yeah, they have
Yeah.
a song about skating with Satan. I kept laughing every time they performed.
Yeah.
Skating with Satan.
Yes.
Skating with Satan.
It's a much better like rhyme than what we can.
We played a post-hardcore show once.
Yeah.
That we were like, wow, we're not that. But you know, we'll give it our best shot. Never say no to a show. Shout out to Dolly. But we introduced that song with
It
like,
was Joan Jett.
We've gone full circle.
oh yeah, I just want.
But I'm sure that Dolly Parton also doesn't say no to
I'm,
shows.
I'm sure.
At this point.
Yeah.
But we introduced that song with like, hey, this song's about Satan, and post-hardcore kids fucking
Ate
loved
Oh,
that
man,
up.
they were
They
into
loved
it.
that. So
They loved it.
There was that, and they really loved the joke we have partway through one of our songs. It's like, hey, do you guys
What is it? Hey, you fell
There's
down
a fire
hill.
down there.
do y'all like
like Sonic Youth? Yeah,
Yeah,
neither do we. Man, did post-hardcore kids love that?
Yeah, wow, yeah.
Not a lot of Sonic Youth fans in the house.
Yeah.
That night.
Wouldn't
Apparently.
think. Especially because that is certainly a joke in our song.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, but
But
They took it to
post-hardcore
heart.
kids, yeah, they
Yeah.
felt it. They were about it.
They're all about butthole surfers.
Yeah.
I only know Pepper, honestly, so I can't talk to them. But like,
I feel like that's in my brain because it was brought up on something I listened to recently.
What?
Oh, oh.
I think it was Jonah Radio.
Oh, yeah.
They were bringing them up as like a band that's not really good,
Yeah.
but got popular.
But got so popular.
Alright, time to make some enemies. Who else do you feel like?
Yeah, who else?
yeah.
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 Who else specifically in the scene?
All right, Nav, you're on.
Talk about all of our friends.
Let's talk shit about our friends. No.
I mean, you're welcome to it.
Ah,
It's live, so
yeah,
there's
no.
no takebacks.
No.
There's no
No
take
takebacks. I'm sorry, you don't get to see my like YouTube confessional. Like, hey guys, I've been going through a lot lately. It's been a really hard time, and I said some things I'm not proud of about people who used to call me friend.
So, what is your favorite show you've attended?
Oh.
No.
Oh.
In I would say in recent,
Yeah.
the
Joyce Manor at yes.
At the
ASU.
ASU, at the ASU lawn where we all inhaled 5 pounds of dust.
Yes, 5
And
pounds
that
of
poor
dust.
like 80-year-old security guard.
Yeah,
get
Oh,
that.
that
Then
tried to
tried
stop
to
us.
stop.
Yeah.
Well, he tried to stop Craig, who had just gotten off from playing with Go Outside,
Yeah.
and he came
Do
up to
not
Craig.
ever start.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Try to stop Craig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just a quick aside before we get into the question, that Joyce Manor show was one of the most brutal pits.
Oh my gosh!
been in.
Yes.
Joyce
Why?
Manor kids
Which-
are always like.
Like,
Don't do
I
well at this game.
I'm not gonna say I'm the like hardest hardcore, but I've scrapped a fair amount of punk shows in my day. And that one, for some reason, I was like, I would love to stop
did
getting
it.
punched in the neck right now.
Oh,
Wait,
man.
really?
It was
Yeah. Oh my
brutal,
gosh.
dude.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I like pieced out.
There was
after a
just some
while.
like old crowd killer shit going on, and it was weird.
I have a
Shouldn't-
theory that
yeah.
like ASU kids came out and like.
Punk rock.
They're like, this is what this is, right?
And, like,
Joyce Manor's
Fun
not
fact.
punk rock. What are you talking about?
Also.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I mean, also Joyce Manor's.
you say that, but someone broke my ankle
No,
during
they're
heart tattoo.
they're punk rock.
So,
They're a
like,
punk rock band.
it was
but
just weird. Yeah.
they're the first time I saw them,
Mhm.
the weirdest thing I never expected from a singer of a punk band to do
Yeah.
was a Crescent, and he kept telling people to get down and stop crowd surfing, and I'm like,
Yeah.
No, we were there!
We were there. The
We were
HHA.
there!
that was the first time I saw Joyce Manor, and
Same.
I'm like, what the hell's going on? Like, this is just normal.
Because I remember.
Why are you
Well, I
telling
remember,
me
like,
to get down?
for some reason, like, the Joyce Manor crowd really, like, kept their mosh energy through the HHA set, and HHA's, like, trying to play backpack.
Yeah.
And, like, they're still going hard, and Sean Bunnett's just like, put that kid down! Stop bullying that kid!
Was that also the one that the dude pushed himself all the way up, and Sean just stopped and like, what's going on? What's happening?
Why
Yeah,
are you here?
I'm sure.
Why are you addressing me right now? I
I-
think so.
Yeah.
Oh
Man,
man.
how cool would it be to
And
be
then
Sean
Ben, like, right
Bunny?
after that, he's like, we also just want to thank Crescent for hosting. Like, he just, like, awkwardly
Yeah.
moved away from the serious topic.
Yeah.
And
How do I duck?
just was like,
I mean,
I like that you're ducking in real life.
oh,
This
shit.
is. I am not made for this game.
fake-
No! Dad, no! Everybody just.
Might
Go
be the
get
first
it.
time I saw Animal Collective.
Oh, the best show you've ever
Yeah.
seen?
I remember just being like lifted up and thrown during like Peacebone or something, and I was caught by someone. I looked up. It was my friend Charles Wanless.
Also, fuck crowd killing.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck crowd killing. Like, what are
If
we
you don't
doing?
know the show you're attending,
Yeah.
then get the fuck away from
Yes.
the pit.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes.
That being said, no.
That, now we have some punk bands that have, and Reverend Horton Heat, we can bring back to
No.
the conversation, of bands that have gotten old enough that their fan base is over 40,
And
but
don't
then they
wanna-
also have new fans that like to fucking move and mosh, and there now some friction in the crowd.
Flogging Molly too.
Yeah.
I like to put Flogging Molly into that band.
Into that cat.
Ian and I went to go see Death Grips with Ministry,
Yeah,
and
man, Ministry.
yeah.
I don't understand how I'm supposed to do
So-
this.
Momentum.
So,
Tough.
I think you're supposed to, like, get up, like, lean. Now, whoop.
Oh.
Now, Sage, something I would like to point out, twisting the controller does not twist the
It
It
first
did
does.
lead
You're
me to one
wrong.
of the most-
You're wrong.
This is a Kinect game. There's motion controls.
It did lead me to one of my crazier Tucson stories
Oh yeah.
because of Reverend Horton Heat, and because it happened to, so I went to both the Crescent show and the Tucson show,
I made it to the thing.
and it was both of them
Sage
had the
Mulberry
people that
Farm.
are like, "Don't touch me! Why are you moving around? Get away from
Yeah.
me!"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "This is stupid."
No.
But then, so I went down to Tucson, and the same thing started to happen.
Mhm.
Little circle
Yeah.
for Reverend Horton Heat, and this really drunk woman that was annoying people. This is part of the story, though.
Okay.
So,
Critical role.
dude, kid, maybe it is 17, 18-year-old gets pushed into this dude, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And security brings them out to talk, and the drunk woman and this like rockabilly chick, the older one, just starts pulling the shit out of him.
No.
And I'm like,
That's wild.
like even the tour manager, Reverend Horton, he pokes his head out, like everyone can see this is happening. Like, what the hell's going
How?
on? And then they disappeared, and like 2 songs later, the woman that was beating the crap out of her was back, and I'm like, but security left over this dude getting upset that a kid got pushed into him, blaming the
Jeez.
kid for running into him.
Damn.
And I'm like, you still need to know what show you're at.
Yeah, it's really important.
Know
I
your
say
place.
that all the time. Know where you
It happened
are.
at the Bad Religion show at Van Buren. People were getting upset.
Yes.
I'm
I
like-
was like, we're at a Bad Religion show.
What do you want?
I don't know what
or
you
was
want.
I reading a
A
review?
lounge chair and a newspaper? Get the fuck out.
Maybe it was an online review, a complaint/review.
There were people that were
It was-
unhappy with push. There was like not even just pushing, like a little like, oh, sorry, I
There
fell
was an
over.
online review, but was it the Bad Religion show? Yeah, it was someone talking about their insurance and how people were moshing. I can't believe you'd let them do that. I was just like,
In today's
you're at the wrong
economy,
yeah.
show.
Until we get universal health care, no moshing.
Yeah.
It's done.
it's just too
Uh,
risky.
I just don't like nowhere. I assume
Oh.
if you're going to this show.
I think it was
yeah,
Bad
that's pretty
Religion.
cool.
I read a review where the person was like, first time I've ever seen Bad Religion. I've been listening forever. And I can't believe you guys would allow this. It was like, they're a punk band.
They're a punk
but you've been
band.
Yeah,
listening to them for this
yeah.
long.
And this is yeah what?
And also, it's your first show apparently watching them.
Yeah.
But
Man, I can't
you
believe you
didn't
found Paul Ryan's review of Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Soapbox,
fuck, I
but
went the wrong direction.
you're allowed to like different music, and it's funny when you see someone who looks like they're here for like Amon Amarth or something at
Yeah.
a Diet Sick show.
I do
Like
like that.
I always enjoy that. There's always one dude who's like way too hard for
Yeah.
whatever band.
Yeah, there's that median between like too much
Yeah.
and like you need to go stand somewhere else.
Like,
Ooh.
I sure have stabbed myself on your many spikes a lot
Yeah.
tonight at
Yeah.
this like Pat the Bunny show.
Yeah.
But no.
I did used to play a game that was Spot the Chaperone at the Hardcore Show. Where there was like some 16-year-old kid is like, okay, you can go, but
Yeah, but I'm gonna be there.
with you. And
Hot
you,
topic rules.
and you always see that really disappointed parent at the back of Crescent.
Yes,
Just like-
yeah.
He's like, Skidder would never play like this. But
My favorite, not at all hardcore,
Uh-huh.
but at the Regrets shows,
Oh,
any show you go to, there's all the like
There's a lot of
16-year-old
kids
kids,
yeah.
Yeah.
and then this like line of their parents,
Dad
all
Brigade.
Dad Brigade, all like standing at the back, like really upset about the fact that the people on stage are cursing.
Mm,
Oh, wait,
Oh my
that was an
gosh.
issue?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. There was this.
What?
oof.
It's come on.
I stood there next to these two parents talking about how they're like, I can't believe they're cussing this much. I thought this was this, and I was like,
I mean, cussing.
oh,
Oh,
sweet.
sick. This is a new
valuable.
game.
Well, I
Oh,
can't.
we have to buy it though.
We have $18,000.
$18,000. Oh my gosh,
We
we
have
could put
$18,000.
together
But that helmet's
a
like
very long
$7,000.
tour
Yeah.
for the price of a helmet in this game.
yeah.
But
Why did you only do one side of this?
So it doesn't show on
so I can-
camera.
yeah,
But I
exactly.
can't pick it up.
You can play with it. Go for it.
No, but now it's like a caterpillar.
You're not understanding the problem.
I made a toy for. I can't
A
wait
Mountain
to
Dew.
be a dad at like hardcore shows, just so I can try to start what I'm going to coin the Wall of Dad, and it's a lot
Yeah.
like the Wall of Death, but
Except everyone's looking for their sandals
Everyone-
yeah,
afterward.
yeah,
Looking
hands
for
in your
their- yeah.
pockets, and
Hands in your pocket.
we all trade
Sorry,
New
didn't mean
Balance.
to bump you into you there.
Sorry.
So, Aquabats. 10 years ago? 12 years ago?
I love the Aquabats. Go on.
But that was a show that even in my early 20s, I'm like, I'm feeling old. Because
The Aquabats?
one of the marquee shows I went to, I got there early, and it was like circle of kids sitting on the floor and circle of parents, and I'm like, should I be here?
Where do I go?
This Aquabats or the Wiggles? What am I doing here?
Well, it's even, now there's like a couple generations of Aquabats fans.
Yeah.
Dude, the ages.
There was
I applaud them
there
for
was
it.
a mind.
With the show, they've brought in yet another young.
Yeah,
Wave
it's
of
true.
fans.
Bands that like are able to bring in,
Consistently.
yeah, consistent. Like, you know, I think that like Flogging Molly does a good job of that. But also for whatever reason, like frat guys are really into Flogging Molly, and I don't
This is a
know
conversation.
why.
We can go into this conversation. This is a conversation I had at Time Out Lounge.
Yeah.
At Time
last
Out
night.
Lounge.
I was talking about it because Pennywise doesn't really click with me,
For sure.
and it's partially their fan base because they are like the ideal bro punk.
Bro punk.
They hit on. They support the soldiers. They.
Really?
But
They
were
have
also
songs about
in
bros.
Rock
They
Against
have-
Bush.
I haven't.
But they do. Their last
They were
album
Rock
was
Against
really good.
Bush, Yeah.
Their last album was really political and really good.
Contradictory, yeah.
But they still bring out that like muscle
Just-
dude
Yeah,
Yeah.
the like
Dudes
frat
that just wanna, like,
bro-
crush you in the face.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
don't understand, like, oh, look, we're dancing and we
Well-
push a little and this is fun. And then, like, I'm gonna punch you in the face. And it's like, put your shirt back on, sir.
Can't confirm, but like some of the
Oh my
older
god, I'm not gonna
punks-
watch Butter King.
The
Yeah.
older punk dudes, they'll be like,
Can't confirm.
Green Day was a frat bro like punk band. Blink 182 was a frat bro punk band, and it's like
Oh, but frat guys are. I remember, I've been to very few frat parties in my time. But the frat party I have been to, I was like, okay, cool, we're listening to some music. I'm stealing alcohol from this frat.
Yeah.
I don't care why I'm here.
You don't need this.
I'm here
You
for
have
a
to.
very specific reason.
yeah.
But like all of a sudden, they started playing like, oh gosh, probably What's My Age Again
Yeah,
Sure.
sure.
by Blink 182, and all these frat bros were like, oh, like just dying at this Blink 182 song, and I was like standing there, it's like,
is art.
oh, we get this. I'm pretty sure they played like, what's the college one? Going away to college.
Yeah.
They and all of them were
Right
like,
song.
ugh,
Like
going
tearing up
college,
to a
it's
Blink-
so sad, and it's like, oh my goodness, guys.
Wait till they got the Adams song.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
yeah. I was like, wow,
Apple
you're really,
juice.
you're really going slowly through Enema.
But yeah,
State
Flogging Molly
here.
got brought up in the conversation I had last night. I like, you were kind of correct because I've stood behind people as Flogging Molly was gonna start. And they're talking about how they're gonna fucking pummel people in the pit. And I'm like,
Yes, me and I
you
was
know,
like,
you're making me kind of concerned because I'm gonna go into the same pit.
yeah,
Yeah.
But
I'm
I don't
like,
believe you either.
Oh, I can't.
yeah, but I don't believe a single word.
I
you're
A,
saying.
know you're full of shit, and B,
But can you imagine?
But they do bring out that kind of.
Yeah.
It's
They
the
do
drinking
in
though. It's because of the drinking.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
that's
it's
why.
It's
And it's
the-
because they were associated with so many St. Patty's Days here.
yeah,
yeah, true.
which
That-
a shame.
That became the ideal.
You can't.
St.
you
Patty's Day
can't
show for people
shame
for 10
Flogging
years.
Molly for being associated with St. Patrick's Day, though.
Yeah,
well, they have nothing to
I
do
just
with
I
snakes.
don't.
But no, when it,
They have nothing to do
when,
with
when
Snape.
Americans categorize it as a drinking holiday, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
the bros like to drink.
It's true. It honestly.
I love this landmine that randomly appears. Like, this is cool how this is the same level from Call of Duty. You can play.
No, there's no dog in it.
But yeah, it's just got that
It's this
connotation.
weird,
no,
strange-
Flogging Molly more so.
Yeah.
They speak against a lot of that.
yeah,
Incredibly.
yeah, and I don't get it. We're
Well,
like,
I want them to go away because then my ticket prices for Flogging Molly
oh
shows will
god,
drop.
they are.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, seriously.
Flogging Molly just has such so many diverse songs, like Shipping Up to Boston.
That's
God,
Or-
stop that! Don't
Yes,
do
uh,
that here.
Like, so you went to that show last
Stop
Or the cover of Johnny I Hardly. Sorry, I'll stop.
year. A dropkick for anyone who's not familiar.
that, those
Or
are Jurassic Murphy songs.
Or Waltzing Matilda.
News to
That-
me. News to me.
Rose
That was a-
tattoo.
Rose
Uh,
tattoo.
I wish I knew a single Pogue song
Waltzing
so I could
Matilda.
make that.
There you go.
Okay, was that?
That's why I made
Yeah.
that joke, Davey.
Every
Fuck, never
time you
listened
just
to-
know the deeper cut.
never
that I
listened
do.
to the
That was River
Pogues?
Mackenzie's knowledge.
Oh, but my
I'm out.
The Proclaimer. 500
I would walk
miles.
500 miles to see
Yeah.
a Flogging Molly show, sure.
There's that issue though with any
Alright,
breakthrough.
just going back down.
Oh yeah.
Just going all
Like,
back
And
down.
it was well, Turn It Around.
Like,
Did you watch Turn It Around? The East Bay Punk documentary?
Oh, no.
They talk about it with Gilman Street. That
Oh,
it's
sure.
more just the high energy genre of the music too, and the moshing. Like there's just people that want to beat the shit out of people,
Just,
Yeah.
just people that want to.
and they had to deal with it at Gilman Street, and they, yeah.
I mean,
It's just annoying, cause like I'm just there to have a grand old time and like dance. Cause let's be real, no member of Flogging Molly is like, I want you to beat the shit out of everyone.
Most of them
that
call
We're
it-
comes."
flogging Molly, kill
mandolin-
yourself!
The mandolin player.
Most of them
maybe.
call it dancing
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, everybody dance.
Dance.
Here we go.
and have a Guinness.
Everybody hug each other and dance. That's like the memo.
Start the wall of death.
I have been to every Flogging Molly show in the state since I was about
So-
5.
You're so
You're so hardcore
Because they
all
used
the
to.
time.
Well, to be fair, my
Fair.
parents saw Flogging Molly at Molly Malone's in LA. Fun
Incredible.
fact. And then followed them here to play in the parking lot at Fibber McGee's while me and my brothers were in.
Fibber McGee!
Yes, well, my brothers.
Fuck
yeah,
me!
on
No.
You're
Saturday.
taking me back.
Yeah, oh yeah.
In
I mean, Fibbers
Yeah.
still exists, by the
Mesa?
way.
Yeah, Mesa?
Fibbers does still exist.
in Mason.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
It's actually down the street
just,
from here.
I just
Yeah,
stopped
it's
living.
literally over
I just
there.
stopped living in Mesa. I
Yeah.
grew up
Yeah.
literally down the street from here. And I lived right next to Sarai, so I'm like, oh, I know this place.
Actually, speaking of it, I don't think Two-Tone announced it.
Oh, is
Two-Tone usually
Two-Tone
plays the
playing?
night before
Yes.
Thanksgiving. Fibbers.
One of my favorite shows that Dwarf ever played together was in the backyard of the old drummer of Two-Tone Lizard Kings because
What?
he's my neighbor.
That's rad.
What?
Or my parents'
Wait,
neighbor.
with Paul or
Paul,
before-
yes.
Okay.
With his kegs of beer that people make because fun. If anybody knows Paul, he is like this beer connoisseur and
Yes, he
has
is.
these beer parties. And my dad got really drunk
I
and
love this. I
Talk-
love drunk Ross.
Drunk
talked
Ross,
to
yeah.
everybody way too much, and I had to stand there and be like, Dad, we have to go. You gotta stop this now.
No, Dad, you're too drunk. We need to go.
Because Paul got like as I feel like it's in fashion of Two-Tone Lizard Kings, but not just like kegs of like, oh, it's Blue Moon, it's whatever. It was straight up Guinness,
Nice.
and it was like 12%
Pints of Guinness.
Yeah, and so and there it was.
And there it
And then
was.
my dad got really drunk.
Your dad, drunk at it too.
But it was very fun, and my dad records
Oh,
all of
that's
our
a, that's
stuff.
a Jason
so-
Ward thing.
Yeah.
Pints of
No,
Guinness,
love
okay.
that.
Yes, yeah.
I just was like, wait, why does that trigger a song in my head?
Yeah.
It's only gonna be song yells from here on out.
Thanks to Jason, I was like, oh, Irish Car one was actually not that bad.
Really?
Really?
Yes. If you've never had one, you should have one.
What's your go-to beer, Joe?
It strangely has become related to the venue.
Really?
Oh,
Okay.
I order different things at different venues
Yeah.
for some reason.
No, Crescent. I always get a hams. Like that's hands
A
down
Hams at
what I'm
Crescent.
gonna get.
That's funny.
Yeah. What
I
are
like
a couple
Orange
of yours?
Blossom at Rebel.
That's
sure.
mine
Coffee
too.
Culture
I
Time
always
Lounge.
get an orange blossom at
sometimes I'll
Rebel.
get a
Actually, and a chocolate. I get the chocolate.
Oh, okay, that's a good one, yeah.
Man.
Orange Blossom,
Trunk
Coffee
space. I
Culture.
get a Capri Sun.
That sounds about right. Not one of their LaCroix?
No. I remember we played.
You mean you don't want to drink
We
a
played with-
spiked water with apricot in the room?
I need you to be kinder.
He's not a LaCroix boy. He's White Claw
played-
all the way.
Closet Goth Prom. I forgot what it was really called, but they made a LaCroix punch bowl that was just like 6 or 7 different flavors of LaCroix
Mixed together.
and it
Isn't that what, a
tasted like
suicide?
LaCroix. Like
Isn't that what
it
you call
was,
suicide when you do a
it-
soda fountain?
yeah,
Oh,
but
is
with
it?
LaCroix,
Oh.
it's like it's not actually adding more flavor. It's
It's
still
just-
just as subtle.
It's just watered
Can
down.
you see you're not improving LaCroix? You're just making everything worse.
You can see what the circus game is. It should have unlocked something, I think. Yeah, there's a couple.
Oh.
You did the UFO.
Sure.
UFO.
Abduct me.
At Yucca, I usually I do whatever the
And it
rotating.
depends what's on and what side I'm on. Free
True.
shows.
Yes.
Free shows that people don't know is paid
What
out of
is-
the
This is a
venue
new
side.
game.
So if you drink on, even though it has an awesome selection,
Yeah.
if you
you
drink on
don't,
the other side,
yes.
it doesn't go to the bands. any
Yeah,
of it.
that's a really good point
Yeah,
to make right
let's-
there.
But
let's
because
if
that's
it's not a
very
free
true.
show, I'll jump over to the other side
And get a beer.
and experiment with whatever 30 kegs are now on tap.
Yeah.
Whatever 812 taps.
Oh,
Yeah.
and I forget because they actually have a bunch of others in the fridges
Yeah. Yes, that you
Nice.
can just yeah.
that also gets
Just
rotated in and
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
All right.
There's
You just flew a UFO.
I don't know what I was doing. No,
These are all like circus
Yeah.
games. You're gonna
Try-
still do it?
Try the
I'll
UFO.
get, yeah, I
It's
can
a
try.
weird
I'm
shit
sure
page.
that I'll do it very badly.
But yeah, otherwise, yeah, Coffee Kulsh and Orange Blossom.
Yeah.
Which then when those companies, when Huss bought Hopgood. I'm like, oh, two of my
That's
favorite local beers
How do
are
you
on
go
the same.
forward? I don't
You have to
understand
like
this.
slightly tip forward,
What?
and now your thrust.
I'm
Is like,
sorry.
Not
What?
to, not
Try
to
it
keep
again, hit it.
referencing old bands, but
Or
my
I
old
don't-
band had a
Back.
song called UFO
I
DUI.
it went away.
wow.
This feels
Never.
applicable.
Move on.
No, I need
No,
you
Yeah,
tip
So
slightly
you gotta like
forward?
tip like slightly forward because of thrust.
And it used to be
You need-
got a lot of Blue Moon.
Yeah,
Blue Moon's always acceptable.
I disagree.
What are you talking about,
I
Sage?
hate Blue Moon.
I
Good
used to be PBR until I die.
I will
just-
not turn down a PBR if anyone.
That's true. If you give me a free PBR, I'm never going
But
to
depending,
turn it down.
if it's my first beer, it seems to be okay.
Well,
If I'm
no,
drinking something
no.
else, I start to taste things in it, then I'm like, oh yeah, this is PBR.
Oh yeah,
It's
this sure
garbage,
is.
yeah. Oh, did I finish though?
I don't know what I think.
Yeah, you
I
did
think you're supposed
finish.
to land on things. Is what I've determined watching
Oh, okay.
this. But
Here you go.
Fuck
I don't
this.
know what to do with this
fuck,
thing.
fuck this UFO game.
It does
in my
have touchdowns
motocross.
as a thing, so
Yeah, that's what I realized.
you made $5.
Nice. You can get that cool helmet now.
From like stream.
What's Can you
donations,
ride
or-
the?
Yeah.
Oh, this is without leaning.
Oh, so it's only trigger.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Isn't that the Donald Trump Jr. book that just came out?
Only
No, that's
triggered.
Democrats. What are you talking about? Stupid libtards.
Did you read the
Oh my
story
gosh.
about how the RNC bought like $100,000
I did.
worth of copies of that book?
Yeah.
Yeah, they sure did own the libs.
I also
that
read
day.
that he got triggered at his own thing because his own supporters fucking
Because
went off on him.
Yeah.
That's funny.
it was like at like UC, I want to say.
Oh, really?
At like they were just.
But it was a conservative group of
It was a
fans.
conservative. It was a conservative group, and they were mostly upset that he wasn't following their conspiracy
Oh, God.
theories enough.
Oh, really?
Ah.
He's
I don't
only
like
mentioned
this. I'm
QAnon
leaving
twice,
this
or
I'm
what?
leaving.
It was some weird shit. Yeah, read about it, but
Oh, I love a
Interesting.
conspiracy
They-
theory.
yeah,
but,
they
like,
got heckled to the point where they canceled him after early.
really.
Yes.
That's funny.
Interesting.
His own audience got
His own
The
triggered.
audience was like, man, screw you.
Wait. What are
Yeah.
you-
That's one of the things that I've been making this joke for the past like year and a half or since we started is like when my kids see this time in American history where fascism was on the rise, I can look back and say, yeah, well, I did my part. I started a punk band.
Band.
There's
Yeah.
like there's a little quiet resignation and sadness every time I tell that joke. Like I don't know.
I'm doing my part. Yeah.
Yeah. Countering hopelessness is what I do with 90% of my day. So
That's
See what this
just like my hero Blake Schwarzenbach
Just satting around. Yeah.
satting around.
What's the favorite show you guys have played as a band?
Rips.
Ooh.
Rips. Or Rips is
So
Rips.
Rips was really fun. I would say the Girlwood show with It's Embarrassing was
Oh.
probably one of my
Yeah.
favorite shows
There
we
was
played
this-
thus
there was
far.
this-
was
There was a
great.
house show where we opened up for Sightlines also.
Yes,
and
yeah, that was
fucking
super
crazy.
fun.
And Davey had no idea what was going on.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
a weird show.
It was
I-
really fun.
I spaced. That was the first
No,
time I've like spaced out playing
Because
drums for an entire show.
you thought you had like messed up something on the first song. You're like, I'm gonna really focus in the
Yeah.
rest of the set and like just make sure I'm in time and do all that because everything was happening around you.
Yeah, and it was a great
I'm like,
show.
I'm like, you remember when like Sage like jumped on top of my amp and did all this? And he's like, no.
I
no,
was. That was weird. I didn't feel. I talked to my therapist about that. Like, I don't know.
That was a great show for me and Ian, though.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, that was really fun.
I don't remember
think of what
any
else.
of it.
Um,
And I was so. I think I had a T. So like.
Yeah, you did have a
Yeah.
tea, I'm pretty sure.
I think you had a T that
I
looked
used-
like a 40.
I used
Yeah.
to do that. I
Arizona
remember
Iced Tea.
No,
No.
it's a Tivana,
T
right?
T
Yeah.
Hava.
Oh, Tihava.
T Hava, yeah, it's in like this big glass bottle, so it
It's
looks like he's drinking a
gross.
40, but it's actually
Yeah.
tea.
Fortico came up after
Yeah.
we played a set. It was like ballsy move, just drinking a 40 on the stage at Trunk Space. And I was like,
Oh
cool.
wait, you know, Indy 500, while exhausting for me
Stop.
personally,
Oh yeah, you did.
was
You were the only person that played a full set at Indy 500.
yeah, I played a very long time at
Yeah.
Indy 500. However, was very fun this year.
Yeah,
Even though
that was cool.
I pretty sure I just died
Ooh.
after that set, after that show in total.
Yeah.
Having a lot of trouble here.
I don't know who took the picture. I'm assuming. But there was that photo where it was like, technically this is a band pic, where it's you on
Oh.
stage with Audrey, and it's Davey and I in the pit.
Yeah.
And you can see
Yes.
us all. It's like, technically this is a band picture.
Technically
Was it
it is.
Drina?
No, it was Kayla. It was Kayla's photo. Oh, Drano. Yeah,
Drano,
that's
yeah,
Drano.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, That's right.
Yes, yeah, sorry. I
That
forgot
being
that was her
said,
like
like,
pseudonym.
it was the Pitted 8500, so it was also a Not Confined. It was
Yeah,
also a
Not
2000 foot
Confined.
turtle band pick. Like,
Yeah,
There was the whole scene was kind
Yeah.
of in there.
yeah. Yeah, that was fun. Indy 500 this year.
I also
thought that was
appreciate
really
not
fun.
having noise bands at 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
now why'd they stop that?
Yeah,
Because that was-
Now why did they
that
stop
was just
doing
the
that?
best part.
It was
Yeah.
in the morning.
That
It
makes
said-
me see. Now it's very unlikely that my noise band will get booked, because that was the one show a year I could count
No,
on.
they still
for,
book them. They're just in the morning now.
for what's my
And that's
noise
when
band
I-
name?
I try to endurance run it where I'll just show up and go as long as I can, which
Right.
means
Anti-social
4 a.m.
distortion.
probably.
Yeah, wow. Good
And then
for you,
I miss
Joe.
the morning because I'm going to sleep,
Yep.
and then I get back in the afternoon again.
And there we are.
And so I miss the noise bands.
Yeah.
But also, they were a deterrent to my attempt to stay awake.
That is true, yeah.
There was one 2 years ago that turned out the lights, and it was like black light, I think. And I'm like, no, not at 2 in the morning.
Morning, I'm
We're
good.
not gonna do this.
And
Not
they
when I'm
handed
actually
out-
trying
they
to
hand out
stay awake.
blankets.
This is cool if I was awake and not tired right now.
Yeah.
I promised myself I wouldn't do this again.
But no. Well, and it's not just noise bands. The second Indy 500 or third.
No.
Saved it.
that's-
It was one of Ryan Avery's bands, Nightwolf.
Oh.
Drunken Order?
No, that's a good one. Well, I mean, most of us are good, so I can't
Yeah.
say. But
I
I think it was
it's
Nightwolf or
Ryan.
something.
Let's
Dang
go
it.
through.
They came out in like hoods, if I remember.
Sun.
Oh,
And they
yeah.
lit candles.
Sun,
But then I'm like, also like starting to, I'm like, no, the light. It's like this is moonlighting. This is me
This is
falling
great.
asleep lighting.
Yeah.
No. It doesn't matter what music you're playing. If you turn down the lights at 2 or 3 in the morning when
Yeah.
I'm not
When you're like a
exhausted.
little bit asleep, yeah.
This is not what I need. It's just noise is more atmospheric, so it even puts me more in like
Yeah.
a zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, oh, thank you for moving it into the morning.
Yeah.
I can do my endurance.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah,
go to
that was really fun. That one was really fun too, though. I would say.
when Bailey's on her, let's play School of Rock.
Yeah.
All right, let's do these couple, and then I think we've been. I don't know how we're doing on time.
Yeah.
but we've been playing for. The conversation's been good. That's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's tricky. But
It's
We all
Because
like
it's
the
sure
same
it's sure
bands.
not our ability to play this game.
yeah.
It's-
That's for
Yeah.
certain.
I don't know. I'm doing very well as a gamer.
Yeah.
What are
As a
some?
gamer.
What are some of the games you're playing right now?
Oh man, I'm finally trying to get into the Dark Souls world. I had a
Do you have a PS4 also?
no,
Okay.
no. I'm
So
a Switch
Bloodborne.
boy.
No, he's playing Dark Souls on the Switch.
Yeah, I'm playing Dark. That's my
Oh.
first entry is Dark Souls on the Switch.
Get the
and
amiibo?
I'm very bad.
Is there a Dark Souls amiibo?
Yes, there is.
Yeah, I believe it.
As someone with an amiibo addiction, I can tell you.
Oh.
Addiction.
This was fun. I had a Halloween party, and Ian and I both went as video game characters.
Yeah, they
this year.
did.
Yeah.
You were
Oh, is this Big Boss?
Big Boss from the,
Metal Gear Solid franchise.
and I was.
With your facial hair, that seems perfect.
No,
it was really
it was my
good.
dream role.
It was great.
Actually, with your entire look.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it was
It was
real
great,
easy.
yeah.
I
People
needed a green
haven't
jacket
noticed.
and an eye patch.
And it was,
And a headband.
which is
great.
what you wear to shows usually.
Yeah. A green jacket and a.
And an eye patch.
Oh,
The
That's
last
how-
video game costume I did was Nathan Drake.
Oh,
Nice,
there you
Uncharted.
go.
Which I then learned that that's a very underrated, appreciated series. When people are like,
Who are
Who
you?
are you?
yeah.
Let me tell you, as someone who did Trevor from
Trevor.
GTA 5 this year,
Yeah, you did.
You
No
got a
one
lot
knew.
of questions.
yeah, I was like, "Are you a cadaver?" And I was
Well,
like,
I at least got lucky. MC Chris was
Yeah.
playing that night, so I wore it to that.
Oh, so you were
Oh.
good.
So
Nice.
at least there, people knew who I
Yeah.
was.
You were in the right crowd.
"Yeah."
to pull
But
that
no, when I
off.
left, I was now ex-girlfriend. When I went back to meet her up with her, like no one knew who I was.
No one was like.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Who are you, Discount Indiana?
Oh no.
Indiana.
So I lasted to like 5th in the costume contest at Krista.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he dismissed me, I think he called me an Abercrombie and Fitch guy.
What was that like? How did that affect you emotionally? Like,
Would have boosted my ego, personally.
My, my,
Boosted.
my hipster look.
my hips.
And I'm like, that's kind of true, isn't it? Nathan Drake's kind of a hipster in the way he
Yeah,
dresses.
I'll take that.
I don't know. He wasn't raiding tombs when it was cool, is all I'm saying.
He wasn't shooting thousands and killing thousands of people.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you get recruited? And how do you feel like that's a good job opportunity?
Yeah.
To become a minion for an evil overlord.
Yeah.
Great
It's
question.
true, yeah. How
Benefits
do you-
mostly.
I mean, in this economy,
Great
any port in a
benefits.
storm.
Yeah.
But,
They
yeah.
matched up to
Any
6% in the
importance.
401k, and
After,
really,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
There's a really
You
good
can
old,
stay in network.
way old now, Penny Arcade comic where
Yeah.
when Ninja Gaiden came out for Xbox, it was literally them going at the dudes talking behind the closed door that they're gonna pop out of. They're like, "All right, your turn," and they're just like, "Oh my god," like in shock. They just watch their friends get bloodied and killed, and then they're still going back out. Your turn.
all right, now you go.
Jeez.
What an
How
opportunity!
many
You could
fun
be
things can I do?
loyal to an evil,
Whoa.
an evil person
Yeah.
doing his bidding and being killed by these superheroes.
Yeah. What a time.
I mean, as someone who worked for Jamba Juice, I've got to say I've already done that, but...
Oh, I can say that as a GameStop, former GameStop employee.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, yeah.
I wasted your time so much when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom did ask
Wasted or entertained?
Probably both.
Little bit of both.
There's some people that I know these days from my GameStop days.
Me, yeah?
Saul, who does security at Club Red.
No way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, him and I think it was Aaron Luger of Inactira.
Oh.
Who wasn't it? Or there's a few people that regular in my GameStop that are in the music scene. I'm like, wait, why do I know you? It's not from
GameStop.
music.
So what else could it be?
Yeah.
Video
That-
games and the music scene go hand in hand. I remember I was really, like, anxious to talk.
Yeah.
I hope.
You have a
Unfortunately,
30-episode podcast
Yeah,
based around
I
it.
know.
unfortunately, the leading deterrent is I'm not good at games. I'm like, that's also good for video.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's also a musician thing, I feel like. I really like video games. I'm very bad at them, but...
Case in point.
We're gonna play a
Yeah.
game I haven't played in 10 years.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Exactly.
We're on even terms.
How do I? Ha! No.
Forward.
I am forward.
You have to lean more forward when you land.
The trick is you got to do it more with your body in real life.
Less forward
Yeah.
than that.
That's really what's holding you back is your mortal coil.
And,
Ah! No.
and
Yes,
you
yes,
just
yes.
gotta make the.
Oh.
They consider you crash before you hit the checkpoint.
Apparently.
Yeah. My views on corporate things actually came because of my 4 years as a manager at GameStop and seeing
The corporate.
the stupid grind. The we care about you, we're listening, and the this seems counterintuitive to the statements you just told me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Or the short-lived listening.
Yeah.
They listen. They control your payroll,
Yeah.
and that's where it starts to break.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
We still expect you to do A, B, and C.
But
We
But-
cut
But-
this, and we're gonna yell at you if your hourly employees go over 40. What?
Yeah, but also, yeah.
Also, if you go over payroll, we're gonna yell at you.
yeah.
All right, I guess I'm salary. I'm taking it all on.
Yeah.
Boy,
Well, all
this
right
is,
then. Yeah.
This is really good for my. Well, I didn't know that at the time, but apparently it wasn't good for my health.
Yeah. Who'd have thunk?
I have talked about that on here with I think one of the past episodes.
The mental and physical toll that those jobs take on you.
The last year and a half was working about 55 hours.
Whoops.
And I had a cycle of I'd go to the Walmart behind it, buy a 6-pack,
Yeah.
go to the Jack in the Box, go home, not touch a video game, and just watch Netflix or watch TV, and
Yeah.
zone out the world.
Power.
And
down.
turn my phone on. No, I couldn't turn it silent. That was the other horrible thing about it.
Oh,
Because you have to always be able to
yeah.
hear
Fires,
security
yeah.
calling, in case security calls.
Yeah.
That's if
Having
you,
any job where you
if you
have
get
to
to that
call
cycle,
like
that's
that
not a
is-
good sign.
Yeah.
That's rough. The worst point for me ever was I would open at Jamba Juice. So I would skate to Jamba Juice at like
No.
4 in the morning, just
Holy crap.
just blisteringly on Adderall, and then from there go to MCC and then skate home, and it was so sad all the
Yeah.
time. I like lived off smoothies that entire year.
At least they have the additions and put it to the.
That's true. No, it was no joke. By the end, like,
The
I was just
supplements?
getting orange juice with like 2 scoops of whey protein and strawberries, and that was what I ate during the day,
Oh,
and I weighed
wow.
65 pounds. No,
Holy
Soaking
crap.
wet.
soaking wet.
Yeah.
No, it was
so
wasn't that bad, but it was
Yeah.
pretty rough.
That was only the rainy days he skated.
Yeah.
Just to really drive it home.
There was a really beautiful morning where it was like light drizzling and I was skating past roads because I would go cut through campus to go to Jamba Juice and Ghost Riders or Ghost Rider by RJD2 came on my iPod Nano at the time, and that song's always stuck with me as
Does
like
that count?
incredibly beautiful.
Yes,
That
it
better
does.
count.
Apparently we gave Sage there. It's been a while apparently.
Alright,
already.
there
I'm
we
already
go.
flubbing names.
Yeah, jeez.
We gave you like the longest course.
Yeah.
Of course it
7
did.
minutes.
The worst person at this game. Or anything. I'm not great at video games.
It's okay.
I'm gonna say let's go out on a
There-
positive
there-
note.
there's-
Let's say
Yeah.
After everyone
What's a
just watched
positive
me
topic?
struggle through.
DuckTales.
Ooh,
DuckTales.
DuckTales.
Favorite Darkwing Duck episode. Okay.
More of a Launchpad McQuack guy myself.
That's a hell of a crash, Mr. McGee.
I just watched Dexter's Lab when I was
Yeah, I
a
was
kid.
gonna say what should
You must be practicing
Yeah.
it.
I
Did
feel
we
like
do
it's
everything?
been
It's more of a
strange.
rating thing that's not unlocking stuff.
I think we probably
wait,
need to
wait.
have more medals.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we need to like go back and do something bronze, but get a silver in it and not
Yeah.
be so shit.
Yeah.
So now we gotta practice.
I don't know how this entire time we haven't brought up Doctor Who.
Oh,
fair.
because I haven't watched
Also
it in
Halloween
so
costume
long.
event.
Really?
I've been
was the
Amy
11th
Pond
Doctor?
several years. Oh, were you?
I had a fez.
Fortune
That's so
part.
cool.
That one came across that came together off of a baddie harmony date.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I feel
wow.
like everyone is introduced to Doctor Who off of Baddie.
No, the costume,
No,
not Doctor
costume.
Oh,
Who.
no, like
Not
that.
Doctor Who in general.
Where I ended up meeting them in person for food at Tempe Marketplace like 2 days before Halloween, and I was like, I'm not gonna dress up. And then it was like 15 minutes, and I'm like, all right, well, it was cool. I'm like, well, I'm at Tempe Marketplace, let's walk around, and like, God, not Hot Topic. Maybe it was Hot Topic.
Zoomies.
Zoomies.
Or Spencer's.
Oh, probably
Oh,
Spencer's.
One of them was already like 50% off all our Halloween stuff. I'm like,
So you were like,
all right,
Alright.
let's see. I already have a sonic screwdriver. Like, okay, I can do that, and I can just buy it. So like, I put
yeah,
together a
Just
costume.
put it together.
Piece
Like-
it together.
Now they have like I was at Hot Topic the other day just browsing.
Just browsing.
Because you're a real
every
punk.
week.
Because I'm
Yeah.
a real punk. And they
And
had
see,
the
Lars has a song
whole-
for you.
Yes. They had the full 13th Doctor like
That's right. And I caught up on.
thing.
the-
Alright, on the newest Doctor.
I'm so far behind on
I think it was
Doctor Who.
Amazon Days. I bought the season for like $10.
Oh yeah.
So I watched the most recent one.
I remember
I have opinions.
the last.
It's not
The
bad.
best,
It's
but
not
It's not.
like. It's a writing thing. It's not.
It,
She's
yes,
a good doctor.
Yeah, it's totally really bad writing.
The last Doctor Who thing I saw was that one like theatrical special with John Hurt in it.
The Day of the Doctor.
Yes. Thank you,
Yes,
Sage.
I'm familiar.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the last thing I saw. And
That
I've
was a
been
good
out-
one.
No, I don't know why. I think it was just because in college I didn't have a TV or anything. So
yeah.
like
Neither did I, but I made it work.
You made it work.
Yeah.
I was like I
I'm
just
far too
I
into
watched
Doctor Who.
I watched so little media at that point.
That's true. I would like. I remember like Sundays, especially when this new Doctor came on. I like specifically would like have to time it just right so that I could catch it
just didn't
because
get that
I'm a
narrow
real
window.
Doctor Who nerd.
Yeah, maybe I should get back into it because so I was pretty caught up to it since the
Does that
reboot
do better?
to that
Yes,
movie
yeah,
and then
and then
silence
that
That
was
would
ever
do
Yep.
way better.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
Did I give you a new medal, or is that still bonds?
You gotta
well.
be faster. Gotta
Logged.
go.
Micro
Yeah, there you go.
donkey.
That's the one you want. Go for it.
I don't.
Yep.
Okay.
Do it, coward.
Micro donkey.
They'll do it if you do it, Davey.
I mean, Micro Donkey was my nickname in high school. So
And college.
Full circle
Thank
here.
God.
they wrote it
Full
on
circle,
my
yeah.
And currently.
my back.
Look at him on that.
What's the favorite doctor?
You're so back heavy.
Favorite doctor.
I
Favorite
think
Doctor?
I go back and forth because Tennant is probably my favorite Doctor, but I just have such a soft spot for Matt Smith with Amy and Rory and like the River timeline. So like probably Tennant, but like Matt Smith. I
You
really
mean Rick
really
Hunter
like
on
Matt Smith.
DC Legends of
Yeah,
Tomorrow?
Rick Hunter on
Who's
that
wearing a-
very strange, very Doctor-esque time travel.
Don't talk
lore.
to me about the CW.
He's wearing
Don't
it.
talk to me about CW.
CW's in Weezer territory right now. Put him in the cage. But
I mean, he's wearing a Doctor
Riverdale or
He
no.
homage.
is, and he time travels. I don't
Yeah.
really.
What has the CW
Yeah.
become?
I don't. That's something.
become-
CW is a fan
me tell you-
It's
fiction
become the
network.
WB.
Let me
Yeah.
tell you
DC.
something. I stopped watching Arrow the second they're like, well, actually, I was back on the island a second time and I never told you about it. I got off and
Are
then I
you
went
talking
back.
about Lost?
I went to China. No, it's even worse.
Yeah, that's the first and
Don't talk to me about
third of
J.J.
the new
Abrams.
Star Wars
Yes.
trilogy.
Yeah, Lost.
Yeah, don't talk to me about J.J.
Lens flare.
Lens flare.
Ric Flair. Ric
Actually,
Flair up on this
CW
mic
has
right
kind of
now.
become like DC's network television,
It totally
along with
has.
DC Universe.
Yes, along with the DC.
DC Universe.
The
Oh.
streaming app, there's that, and then there's network DC.
It's so true.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, this is the water part.
It's because it's been their leading ratings getter, so there's.
And I don't know. I'll be honest. I have not watched many CW.
Flash is the best show. Legends of Tomorrow is second best because it doesn't take itself seriously.
Yeah.
Unless
It
it's-
likes to have fun
I
with what it's
watched a
doing.
little bit of that one, and I was like, "Wow, this is dumb."
Is that-
Okay.
No, that's on purpose. It doesn't
Yeah.
take itself seriously.
Is it loosely based off of Legends of the Hidden Temple? If
No.
not, I'm not super interested.
Weren't they making that into a movie though?
Shrine of
I
the
think
They are
so.
making that into a movie.
Yeah, I
They're
think
making
so.
a Legends of the Hidden Temple movie?
Yes.
I think so.
What?
Everything's becoming a
It's
movie.
in.
Everything's a movie.
Yo, my life
I don't know if
is
it's
a
reached
movie.
production hell yet, but it's definitely trying.
It will be there for many, many years.
I like your commitment to that backflip, by the way.
I'm done. That's
Yeah.
all swag
And
strats
Arrow,
from here on
Arrow's
out.
been announced as the last season. He's done.
Oh, really?
I didn't like.
How many times have they
Arrow.
brought him back to the island in Arrow? Because
Oh,
like
no,
I said,
that's-
season 2, they lost me.
That's the flashback thing too, though. They've been always using flashbacks as
No.
a narrative device. In it.
Yeah, but except they're like, oh, except we ran out of time of backstories.
Oh
we have
no,
to
it's even
introduce
better.
new things. It's
Was
so
it
dumb.
3 seasons in or 4 seasons in? They stopped calling it Starling City and started calling it Star City, like it is in the comics. Like they started like
They
removing.
retconned their
They re-
inaccuracy.
Yeah. They started going,
Retcon their
wait,
creative decision.
wait a second. Comic book fans actually like this the most. Why don't we just?
Yeah.
Why don't we pull
Wait.
this back a second?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Well, and what Batwoman is supposed to start this season,
Yeah.
or has,
Isn't that with that
has
one
already
girl
started, probably.
from Orange Is the New Black that was
Yeah.
awful that everyone hated? What was
Oh, you
her
mean that
name?
70s show?
No,
No, that's a
but
different
I
girl.
hate her as well.
The girl from But I'm a Cheerleader?
No, she's awesome.
Okay. 'cause
We'd
that
never
is a
say
great movie.
anything bad
I
about
will- I-
Natasha Lyonne.
I will not. That movie is amazing.
Come on, little donkey! You can do it!
But I'm a Cheerleader is an underrated
Oh,
movie for
the
sure.
soundtrack alone.
Yeah, the
is
soundtrack
incredible.
is great.
Go Sailor.
the first season Arrow is. It won me over, but
Hey,
it's
got
not
silver.
Alright.
good.
Did that upgrade?
Yeah,
I'm like, these are awesome fight scenes. I'm gonna keep watching.
So I'm gonna give you a hint, Sage. You really want to lean forward a lot more on this bike.
Yeah, this one's
You're
tricky.
real back
The donkey
heavy.
was
Micro
the
donkey.
original vehicle in the original Trials, right?
Was
Was
it?
it? I don't know. It was some like sprite art that
Sprite
was like
art.
on this like weird flash game.
I mean, Newgrounds was such a time.
We almost did play Castle Crashers.
We could have played
Like-
Castle
No.
Crash. Alien Hominid was on the
The
short
Behemoth
list.
is an amazing work.
Oh, truly.
Actually, I don't know what their latest game is. It was Battle Block Theater, and then did they make something after that?
I'm not familiar if they do.
I wanted to play Destructo Match from Neopets, but no one else thought that was a good idea.
Man.
So,
Neopets is still around.
It's all about-
logged in.
is it?
Sure, why not?
I'm sure that Red Ranger, my Growl, is dead. Like, long dead at this point.
Should have brought Digimon.
Should have brought him to the Big
Oh,
Omelet.
man.
But
I feel like this game feels bad for
Monster
me and
Rancher.
is just pushing me on to each next level here.
It's
part of
basically like
Trials.
playing a set. Sure, I got you.
yeah.
Which you can see tonight. at
Which
Time
you
Out
can see
Loud.
tonight at
You
Time Out
can see
Loud.
a slog through.
Russian girlfriend.
Seriously, Russian Girlfriends is one of my favorite
Yeah,
national
They're
release albums this year.
awesome.
Russian Girlfriends is very good, and I'm very
No.
nervous that we're gonna disappoint them.
No, you won't. You'll be fine.
I don't know. I get tummy troubles before every show.
How dare you steal tummy troubles from me?
The first time I,
This is what's gonna break up the
the
band.
first time I saw them was at the Rebel Riot.
Oh,
Right.
yeah?
When I came in, though, he was singing the Hallelujah song, and I'm like, wait, are they religious? They're not. But
No, no.
like it threw me off for like,
Sure.
and then I saw them at
Some
Time Out
weird
Lounge the last time, and I'm like, yeah, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah, they're.
Yeah. No, they're
No, we're
very
really
good.
stoked.
This is
Yeah,
our
we're-
first visit in over a year.
It's been a hot minute.
I saw them with Chelsea Wolfe. Oh no, that was Russian circles. My bad.
Different Russian
I
name.
was
I'm
like,
like,
wait. Yeah, if you Google Russian girlfriends, you can purchase them.
This is a long fall.
I was
That
gonna wait and see.
But
Oh, no.
it's a really good show. If it didn't overlap with Madagascar,
Tricky.
that's SSX.
you gotta master
Oh god, I should have brought that.
The SSX. I saw a copy of it at Zia this morning.
SSX Tricky? Oh yeah.
Oh
And I was
shit.
like, that might be it, but
SSX Tricky is my favorite SSX.
All right, there we go.
Is there another?
Alright.
Crash into the
There's-
finish.
I'm
Four
sure
of
there's
them.
plenty. I'm
There's
sure there's
four of
plenty, but that's
them,
the
yeah.
only one I know.
Or
Yeah.
3 of them.
That's the only one I bought from GameStop.
No, there's
Only
4.
one I've bought.
One that dropped a number and one didn't. Alright, well, let's wrap up because I know we've been going.
Yeah, for
we're way over.
We're very
over
good
an
at this
hour.
conversation
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So, we've already kind of been promoting it, but where can they find you guys live? Yeah.
Well, tonight at Timeout Lounge, we'll be playing a show in the next few weeks at. What was the 11th? I actually can't remember.
The coven.
Coven? Or is that
Nope.
the other one?
Nope. Another
Nope.
show at another time.
Hold on, I got a
another
calendar.
date.
We're good.
But we will be
check our
tonight.
social.
Yeah.
Which the next question is, where can they find you online?
At the Maybe Next Year's on every.
.deviantart.com.
No.
I gotta check
Nope.
that out. It's
Just-
probably got Davey's artwork.
Yeah,
in there.
yeah.
Please do not. Please do not check that out.
Are you familiar with Freddy Fish?
Are you familiar with Freddy Fish
Yeah.
and Pajama Sam?
Have you seen them with a six-pack
Have
now?
you read my fan fiction?
Ooh.
It is lemon heavy.
But
But yeah, at the Maybe Next Year's.
At the Maybe Next Year's,
on every
the-
platform.
the maybynextyears.com.
Yeah, maybynextyears.com is our website.
Yes.
I don't know if that's
Oh.
up to date. Is it? Website is.
Sure. It's
Hey, you guys have a
For the
website?
most part.
Yeah.
we do have a
We
website.
have a website. Thank you,
Maybe
Squarespace. This is
nextyears.com.
sponsored by Squarespace.
No, it's not.
It is not.
and also,
That
we
is a
don't
very
use them.
common podcast
It
sponsor,
is,
by the way.
yeah.
It is. Oh yeah, this is sponsored by Harry's Razors, Squarespace,
Casper mattress.
Casper
Casper
mattress.
And MeUndies.
MeUndies,
Yeah.
Nature
Yes.
Box.
Nature Box.
I'm even wearing it. I should look into that if you
That would be great.
get a MeUndies.
Yeah, get it.
sponsor.
Yeah. That would be worth it. Oh.
Are MeUndies punk?
Look at this.
Are
That's
me
great.
undies punk? An ethical question.
Yes.
Or is Commando
Welcome to
the
my
only
TED
true
Talk.
way?
Yes. Welcome to TED Talk.
Uh,
But yeah, find us everywhere on at the Maybe Next Year's.
That was neat.
The does
And-
important.
The is very important.
This might be weird to ask, but like, listen to our music maybe.
Yeah, that too. We're
On
on
Bandcamp.
Spotify, on Bandcamp,
Google Play.
Google Play,
Apple
Apple
Music.
Music. all of
Pandora? Even,
Yes, yeah, we are.
Even
on
Pandora.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what? Fucking come over to the house. We'll play a song for
Yeah.
you. Like, yeah, what you want?
One sharp criticism. You should combine that one album into one thing on Bandcamp.
No.
Yeah, probably. We probably should do that. Yeah, that would be a
I
good
have it
idea.
as 4 on my Bandcamp. I was
Sorry,
like,
sorry, kid. We're taking up more
We're
space.
sorry, Brett. Yep.
We want
We will
everyone
do
that looks
that.
up your collection on Bandcamp.
Now
to
they
see
will
it's like
see you guys
4
4
Oh,
times.
boop, 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 boop,
Exactly.
boop. Yeah, I will. I will make that change. Forgot to do that. We'll get it done.
Yeah.
We do. We'll have a single coming out very soon.
Soon.
Um,
As soon as we stop arguing about the art.
yeah, really, that's you guys.
Yeah. It's really down between Freddy Fish and Pajama Sam at this
yeah,
point.
but we will have a new song coming out very soon as well. So
just imagine
then
a
we'll look out
ghost
for
in
that.
pajamas.
That's pretty much what it is. No, just kidding.
And you act like you haven't seen my deviant article.
But yeah.
Oh, well, thank you so much for having us
Yeah,
on.
this has been
This was really
fun.
fun.
Yeah.
I hope we can play video games just like as homies
Well.
and not as business partners.
Business partners.
Business partners.
Hope it's not
Just
so
bring a Switch
transactional
to
in the
timeout
future.
tonight, and we'll play Smash on a Switch.
Yes.
Apparently, you were
Yeah.
loaded up on Joy-Cons. I was informed.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
we got
Just in
Joy-Cons for
case.
days.
Yes.
I just imagine
I
a
know a
tre-
guy.
color
Yes.
treasure trove. Of,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got
Well,
the,
well, I had a
got the
Pro Controller
purple
because
and
I didn't
yellow.
want to, you know.
Yeah.
All right, and on my end, of course, support by going to patreon.com/everyshowjoe. Even $1 helps. I stress that, but whatever you can give, if you can't, cool too. What I keep forgetting to mention is subscribe, because as I get more subscribers on Twitch, if you're watching live, if you're watching it on YouTube, or listening as the podcast, I get more features. I can actually eventually get donations and subscribers through Twitch with more subscribers or likes, whatever. But yeah, so that helps out a bunch. And
Yeah, if you got an
think
Amazon
that's-
Prime account and you're not using that shit to subscribe to Joe, you're just throwing
Yeah,
that
you're
away
throwing
every
it
month.
away.
You watch the same show, don't you? Than I. Do you watch Kind of Funny?
Nope.
Oh, they do the same pitch.
Okay. Anyway, well,
Yeah, if you have
I'm
an
just-
Amazon
I'm
Prime
just that-
subscription and you have Twitch Prime and then you have a
Yep.
free sub every month.
just
But I can't get them yet apparently because I don't have enough subscribers. So
So
I
subscribe.
gotta get the subscribers up on Twitch.
up to
So
before you can
everybody
unlock that
subscribe.
tier of
Yeah.
Yes.
Apparently
subscriber
they have to trust you
Yes.
by having a lot of people trust you.
Ah.
Let's see. Of course, next week was gonna be Not Confined. They're no longer a band, but Bailey's gonna be here. I don't know if any other guests, and it sounds like we're gonna be playing Mortal Kombat,
Oh,
Very good, very
a
good.
modern Mortal Kombat. We just
Yes.
so it'll get bloody.
Not confined.
Yes.
Okay, nice.
Right?
Uh,
Not
Yeah.
in K. No, wait.
Yeah.
Not Confined with a K would be
Yeah.
good. That's the new band.
yeah.
Bailey, have Bailey
Trademark.
write that down. Yeah. We
Yeah.
trademarked it already. Sorry, everybody.
Just let Bailey
Right,
know
bought
that,
Just
that
let
was.
Bailey know that we've taken
was-
it.
yeah.
and
Bought the
it's going
domain.
down.
Actually,
bought the domain.
Squatting on the Instagram handle.
Actually, her and her dad, I've known 6-7 years.
Wow.
Oh shit.
They've been at punk shows forever.
That's
That's
Bailey's
awesome.
one of the
Bailey
coolest
is-
people.
And
Yeah.
look up the Authority music video. She's in it too. But yeah, also thanks SCR for hosting as always. Trying to think if there's anything else. I always forget something else. You can keep up with me in real time every shoujo and like every social media, including
Watch
TikTok.
his Instagram.
Yeah, watch
including
his
TikTok.
TikTok.
Except I don't maintain that one, just like Snapchat. It's on my phone. I
You're
just
gonna make some
forget to open
TikToks
it.
of us tonight. I
Yeah, we're
guarantee
gonna
it.
TikTok. We're gonna get every show going on TikTok,
TikTok.
for you.
It's a
paying.
popular social media. Everyone has to have one. But yeah, so until next week, you guys take care and thank you again.
Thank you for having us.